Nation, what's good? What's good? Maxx Crosby signs a huge contract. Aaron Rodgers, talk of the nation. Let's get it cracking. Oh yeah, and it's my 50th birthday.
I was born to be a Raider. 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 Win, lose, or tie.
It's Raiders till I die. Ain't nobody, you know the rest. What's good? What's good? What's good, nation? So Maxx Crosby will remain a Raider for at least the next 3 years, right? The contract is 5. We'll break down the contract, what it means. I know a lot of people have been looking, trying to hear what's going on. It's essentially basically 35 the first year. Then it goes a little bit lower, a little bit lower. It ends up with no guaranteed money in the last 2 years. Kind of like the contract he already signed. My guy Lawrence was good. Rick was good. Appreciate you in the building. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna break it all down. How's everybody doing today? Let me know. Thumbs up, thumbs down. You having a good day? You feeling all right? So Maxx Crosby, 3 years at least. They kind of worked it out to where if he doesn't put up the numbers they're expecting him to put up, you know, they can move on or trade him or whatever. But if you ain't putting up big numbers, you ain't on the trading block, right? So we'll get into the contract here in a bit. Again, let me get on my glasses, read the chat, see what everybody's doing. How's everybody feeling? Happy birthday. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Max, baby. So how y'all feel? Let me know. 1 to 10. Was it a good move to sign Max now? You know, coming off an injury, actually coming off 2 season injuries, um, that required surgery. So he's had surgery on a knee that was, a bad infection that could have cost him his life. And then, you know, he misses a game with the ankle. Probably should have had surgery then. It was a pretty bad fracture. He played through it, got injured again, missed the last 4 games of the season, I believe, maybe 5. So, you know, that's a lot of money. And we hear the nation, we hear everybody talking about, let's not pay Malcolm Kuntz or, not even a 1 year deal. If he wants 20 mil, that's too much. I mean, yeah, you can go there. That's too much for a half a season production. But it's, I mean, $107 million extension for maybe being. I mean, if you look at the sacks this year, you might not even have him in the top 5. Yes, he was injured. Yes, he only played in 12 games. Yes, we got to take all that into account. But sack wise, the pressures, I know the pressures. He has more pressures than anybody in the NFL right now. But a lot of those pressures turn into big plays for the other teams. You have to look at that too. So, we'll break it all down. I've heard all kinds of talk on Twitter saying they overpaid. I've heard all kinds of talk on Instagram. Maxx Crosby got way too much money. He's not even the best. He's not even the top defensive end in the league, which that's questionable. A lot of people have their own opinions. Production wise, if you look at stat wise, I mean, it depends on how you break down stats, right? How you put pressures in perspective. If you're breaking down every single pressure he's ever had, I mean, you know, were they losses? Were they bad plays? Were they positive plays? Because, putting pressure on a quarterback doesn't always turn out to be a negative play. Sometimes when you have a good quarterback, they can wiggle right out of there and turn around, drop the ball for 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Um, my guy Lawrence says Spytech said they didn't have to do it right now. I wouldn't have given him the money. We need a quarterback, running back, wide receiver. Take care of that first. I mean, yeah, you could say that. But on the other hand, you want to keep your best player in the building, especially at defensive end. He wants to be here. At least from what I get, he wants to be here. Why Pete Carroll's in the building? That's the feeling that I get. 3 years guaranteed money, right? 91 million. He signed 106.5 million dollar contract with 91.5 guaranteed. So that 91.5 guaranteed, the way it breaks down is the first 3 years. Um, I have it right here. I guess I'll pull it up. Y'all can read along if you want to. So basically, they did the same thing with Saquon last year. Um, they've done it. Who else they do it? Oh, Christian McCaffrey. They did the same thing. The Raiders, pretty much invented it with the Darren Waller contract. Stacking everything up front, paying him that money, and then making it to where if he doesn't produce, then it's easy to trade him. Right? There's no dead money. There's no dead cap space. So this is what it looks like. He basically got a $10 million, little over $10 million raise. To reach $33.282 million, which puts him just above Josh Allen of the Jaguars at $33 million in cash payments for this year. In 2026, there will be another raise. This time it's worth 11 mil, which will bring his salary to 30 million. I don't know how that's a raise from 30 whatever. Oh, because his salary, I guess, this year was 25 mil and something in 24 he was due next year, not guaranteed. So 30 million in 2026, which puts him second among defenders, totaling $60 million, which will surpass Chris Jones of the Kansas City Chiefs, who has taken his team to the playoffs or helped taking his team to the playoffs. And not only that, they've been in the Super Bowl pretty much almost every year he's been there. So he's making more than Chris Jones at 63.95 million salary over the same time frame. These salaries are all guaranteed. In year 3, he gets a little bit less, 29 million, which is essentially guaranteed also, and keeps him slightly above Chris Jones at $93.86 million, which none of that should really matter, but I guess to some people it really does. Then when you get to the last years, basically 28 million or 27 million, none of it guaranteed, and 28 million in 2029, none of it guaranteed. So basically it works out to an average, if you average it out, to 35 mil a season, but he's not getting 35 mil a season. So um that's that with the Crosby thing. Let's see what the chat has to say, because of course chat lives matter. Billy D in the building. What's good, my guy? Appreciate you pulling up as always. Nation, don't be a surprise if Rodgers shows up. We'll get into that here in a bit. I mean, y'all really think Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Raider? I don't see that. I just don't see that happening. I don't. They say he's not even in the country right now. I do find it suspicious that he hasn't been in anybody's talks to come to the Raiders. Maybe there's behind the scenes stuff going on, phone call conversations that we don't know about, that nobody knows about, obviously, or it'd be reported. But Aaron Rodgers, unless he feels like he has something to prove, which we all know he don't. I mean, come on. The dude's accolades speak for itself. Cowtown in the building. What's good? What's good, my brother? Appreciate you pulling up. What else we got? Hell just happened. I would give him 25 million and $5, it's a raise. It's a raise. I mean, we have to look at the production rate, right? And I don't have the numbers in front of me, which I mean, kind of shitty. I should have had them pulled up and been prepared. But if you look at him off the top of my head, I do believe he had 10 sacks his rookie year, 2019. Then in 2020, he had 7 sacks, which was a downswing. Then in 2021, he had 8 sacks. Then he had 12.5, I do believe. And then I think he had his best year at 14.5 and then 7 this year. So if you look at those numbers, Raider Ryan, what's good? Appreciate you, my guy. Um, if you look at those numbers from Crosby, that's not top 5 defensive end in the league. Now, if you add in to perspective, like I said, the pressures, the tackles for loss, but you also have to throw in perspective the time that he is on the field. Now, most of the time it's 98, 99, 100% of the snaps Maxx Crosby is on the field. These other guys play like 75, 80%, 84%, like not even 90% for most of them. So, that's a big factor also. And to be on the field, 25% more than these top guys, um, like one, Myles Garrett, who's a free agent. That if you look at his numbers, he's had what over 10 sacks, I think, every season he's been in the NFL. TJ Watt, Nick Bosa. I mean, these guys have had the same numbers, if not better, but in way less time on the field. My guy Cowtown says, "Happy birthday, big dog! Put your Venmo or Cash App on the screen where everybody can donate to Rebels reading lessons." Fuck you, man. That's bullshit. All right, that's bullshit, man. Whatever. Um, some bullshit. I don't know if I can put my Cash App on the screen, bro. I'm not that talented. I'm not that talented. Or I would have done that already. I don't have no mods in here. You're the mod. Fucking Cowtown. My reading fun. Just buy me some glasses. I'll be good. I'll be good with that. Oh man. Oh hey, wait. I did figure out how I could add mods. I know you're joking. I know you're joking. My reading does suck though. I'm not gonna lie. Shit. I know. Uh man, I don't know. Man, this is making me mad. Oh yeah, there's my Cash App. Here, let me pin that. I think I can pin that. Why can't I pin comments? Can I pin it on here? Ah, never mind. Got it. All right, all right. Back to the progress. Thank you, son. Appreciate you. Um, yeah. So there's my Cash App. It should be pinned to the top or to the bottom of your screen somewhere. Y'all want to donate. Also, if you want to become a member to the family, uh, shit. Can I drop that link also? Hold on, give me a second. Appreciate that, my guy. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. So, what do y'all think about Aiden O'Connell? Did you see the Aiden O'Connell interview? Go check out Vegas Sports. My guy from Vegas Sports broke it down. Aiden O'Connell, AOC, as I call him, the cerebral assassin, is not so cerebral anymore. My boy is dying. What? I told you, 5 o'clock. Hawaiian candy. So, yeah, my boy putting on weight. They asked him, which I thought was a wild question, who do you want to see come in since the Raiders are looking to add a veteran quarterback in free agency? And my guy, Aiden O'Connell, ballsed up, chest out, said, "That's my job, bro. that's my shit right there. That's my job." Nah, but for real, he said, um, hopefully it's me, hopefully he gets to win that job. And he's working really hard. So there's been reports that he's been watching film with Tom Brady, going over film, which I thought is absolutely huge. What the hell was I doing on here? Oh yeah, I need to get my. Bear with me, y'all. I'm old. I'll figure it out though. Wait, can I pin two things at once? I guess we'll find out. Sweet. Bam. There. I'm getting updated. Bam. So you can click on the link, become a member to the family. I am working on things we're gonna do. Like I said, we have to accumulate a family before we figure out, you know, plans on going lives or group talks or any crazy shit like that. But we are working on it. We are trying to get it all together. I appreciate your support, your patience. The news network needs their media passes revoked. Man, I agree 100%. Can I get a media pass? What do I got to do to get a media pass? Does anybody know? Please send me information because damn, I want one. Kid was kind enough to grant that clown an interview. My guy Cowtown, bro. That's why I love you. Always keeping it real on the chat for show. Um, and then class's piece of shit. Ask him who he thinks is more qualified to take his job. I mean, you know, why don't they ask those questions when AP was, up there on the podium and they had all the opportunities to ask these, questions that everybody wanted to know. And no, they asked the stupid same old shit over and over again. And then you get Aiden up there and they're like, who do you want to take your job? Who do you think should take who's qualified enough to take your job? He's like, bro, ain't nobody taking my job. That's funny as hell. um, did that pin or not? Shit, I don't know. Nope, I can only pin one at a time. Well, maybe I could start it. What can I do to this shit? I could put myself in timeout. That's not gonna help. Go to a Diddy party. Who? You're going to a Diddy party? Bro, I think you're gonna be the only one there. Like he ain't getting out for a minute. And I think they took all his baby oil. But yeah, so Aiden O'Connell working to be the guy, working with, his idol, Tom Brady in the building. That's shout out to him. I like that for him. He finally gets to meet Tom Brady. He said that was, his dream. He couldn't wait. And not only do you get to meet your idol, but you get to sit and break down film. But I want to add something else. And hold up, I got to find it again. I don't know. I hadn't had it pulled up. It's probably gonna. All right. So this is from shit. I don't know who reported it. So sue me. Um, there is a. Oh yeah. So this is Brian Hoyer. Brian Hoyer talking about his buddy Tom Brady, who he was a backup for many years. I don't know what the relationship is with him and Tom Brady, but supposedly they have a relationship. Sent me what? Oh my god. Hold up. Let me read this. So there's a big mental aspect that's probably going into the decision, and I'm sure any quarterback that's going to be brought into the consideration, that's going to be considered as a quarterback for the Raiders. Shut up, Cowtown. Um, at some point, is going to sit down with Tom Brady and is going to go over things, and he's going to ask, "It's third down, and there comes a weak safety blitz. How are you going to handle it?" So one day before the reports come out that Aiden O'Connell has been in the film room with Tom Brady, Brian Hoyer sneaks in this and says there's going to be a time where whoever Tom Brady has in mind to be the quarterback is going to sit down in the film room and he's going to be asked these questions. It just so happens that Aiden O'Connell has been in the film room with Tom Brady. I wonder if he's been asked those questions. I would love to be a fly on that wall, man. Damn. Um, why did my shit freeze? Sorry. I'm trying to work on this. Jeez Louise. All right. Shit, the no call area code pimpin 707. Happy birthday, doggy. Hope it's a good one. Thanks for keeping it real. Thanks to you, my guy. I appreciate it. Oh, I got too many things going on over here. Oh my god, my phone's going off, my chat's going off. There's too much stuff going off. That's Rebels Cash Up. Yeah, it should be pinned up there. Can you see it? Let me know. Happy birthday gifts. Um, the hell? What does it say? Gifted 5 RaiderRebel Unleashed. Oh shit! Shout out! Welcome to the family, the new 5, and shout out to Unleashed Addiction for gifting 5 Raider memberships. Awesome! You are now part of the Unleashed Nation family. Oh, it did light up on here. So I can welcome. Hold up. My guy Rick, Alfredo, Greg Lira, um, my guy Nez in the building. Appreciate you pulling up. Rick and Unleashing Addiction. Welcome to the family, yo. Welcome to the family. Hell yeah. Thank you so very much for helping this channel grow. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Arnie Garza in the building. What's good? What's good? What's good? So yeah, man. All right, we went over the contract. Let me stop this. What do y'all think? Who's going to be the quarterback when the season starts? Do you really think it's going to be Aaron Rodgers? Do you think it's going to be Sam Darnold? Do you think it's going to be Justin Fields? Or do you feel somehow that they might just see what they have with AOC, bring in a Justin Fields, or bring in, like I've said before, a Carson Wentz, or a Drew Lock, or one of these guys that haven't really got a fair shake or haven't been in the right organization, which I guess, Drew Lock been in Seattle. You could say Zach Wilson been in the Sean Payton system. He did get beat out by Bo Nix as a rookie. which way do you think we're going? Like, I want to know your opinion, your thoughts. I always give mine, but nobody ever gives theirs. So, what was it? Oh yeah. So the latest reports have been, of course, you know, there's been all kinds of talk about the Patriot way. We finally moved on from that. Thank God there really wasn't a Seahawk way, but it's starting to look that way. It might be the Raiders Seahawk way. Tyler Lockett has been released from the Seahawks. Um, is it a better option than what we have in Trey Tucker? I mean, if you look at his numbers, they're not bad. If he had the same amount of you know attempts as Brock Bowers, as Jacoby Myers, I don't know if they'd be as good. He's had a lot more drops. Jacoby does. His hands are glued. The man doesn't drop the ball. Is there a scenario where they try to trade a Trey Tucker to move, to bring in a Tyler Lockett and maybe trade for DK Metcalf, who's also in the news again? Reports are he wants out of Seattle, and it's no coincidence that all of a sudden he wants out of Seattle when Pete Carroll is back in coaching. I mean, it's no secret again the relationship between all the players in Seattle and Pete Carroll, but DK Metcalf and Pete Carroll have that, same as the Marshawn and him connection. Does it make sense? Would you trade a third round pick to bring in DK? Could you get him for a third round? There's some reports that there's a team willing to give a second. I don't know if that's true, but most reports I've seen are a third round. Now we do have the third round pick from Devonte Adams. So I mean, trading Devonte Adams for a way younger DK Metcalf. I mean, no matter who the quarterback is, the weapons that this team would have on their roster would be just, I don't know, unstoppable, right? You already have Brock Bowers, who's unstoppable. You have Jacoby, like I said, who doesn't drop anything, no drops all year long. Shout out to Jacoby. What a hell of a season, over 1,000 yards, first time ever. And people still say he's not a number one. We need a number one. We need an X receiver. I mean, do we? Do we really? Do we really? But having DK Metcalf would be huge. Now the salary, yeah, it's another one of those Devontae type things, but he's definitely not a Devontae type, diva. And like I said, with the Pete Carroll connection, man, I mean, let me know what y'all think. Did I miss a bunch of shit? Yeah, make sure y'all thank Unleashed Addiction for the memberships. Yeah, I got a free membership. Hell yeah. You got one too? Nice, nice. Oh, so yours don't turn green if you're a mod? Crazy. That's crazy shit. I'm gonna have to find a new streaming app because StreamYard does not. It doesn't do nothing, man. It doesn't put like any sounds. It doesn't change the color, bro. It does absolutely nothing. It looks the same. So when y'all gift or when you super chat, it doesn't do nothing on here. So I apologize if I don't see it right away. And again, thank you to everybody for supporting. Y'all mean the world to me. Y'all my family for sure. Um Rebel, it's gonna be, wait, what? It's gonna compete between Kyle Trask, AOC, Shador Sanders for our starters. I'm not. I mean, I know Shador is a great player. I know he can turn a franchise around. I believe he can be that guy. It has nothing to do with Shador. I just, if Tom Brady felt that he was really that guy, why would you win those 2 games we won? It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to have to pay more for a guy, to have to lose draft capital when we need all kinds of holes filled: running back, receiver, offensive line. Still, I know they got an offensive line, but he wasn't great. Um, Jonah, appreciate the $2 holla. How you doing today? Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Nice. So I got a little message now every time I get one. Appreciate it. So where the hell was I? Damn it. I have no idea what I was talking about. Interruptions. Oh, Shador. Yeah, so let me start this so I know where the hell I'm at. I'm not sure that Tom Brady's sold on Shador. If he was so sold on Shador, why would he try to pay all that money for Matthew Stafford? Do you really think they're trying to pay $50 million for a veteran to bring in a rookie quarterback and sit for a year? I mean, there's a lot of veteran quarterbacks that you can get to bring in, to help develop a guy that you don't have to pay $50 million to. I know they're trying to win now. I know the talks about win now, and it's been about win now since Pete Carroll entered the building. There's never been no talk of no rebuild, even though we have 27 free agents. The Raiders have signed 5 new guys. We'll get into that in a minute. But why would you go, all out for a Matthew Stafford if you're trying to bring in a guy like Shador? A first round draft pick is up there. What, 6 to 10 million? I think they can make somewhere in there. I don't know. Somebody let me know in the chat. Cowtown Ludo, where'd you go? Um, you're always my info. But so I don't know if Shador, how much Brady really believes in Shador. Now, if he thinks that's the guy, bro, I have no problem with it. I have no problem with it whatsoever. If he's there at 6, absolutely. But moving up just makes no sense. We didn't have to win those games. We could have easily lost to the Jaguars. They could have just benched Aiden O'Connell. And, I think there was a reason. There was a reason that they wanted to win those games and said, go out and play. Don't bench Aiden O'Connell. Don't put in Ritter. Let's see what Aiden O'Connell has. I think they wanted, they didn't get to see Aiden O'Connell. Tom Brady didn't really have any film or live film on Aiden O'Connell. So maybe that was, the direction. Maybe that's the reasoning for winning those games. Maybe they didn't think they were going to win. Maybe they just wanted to see the kid play. But they could have easily not went with Aiden O'Connell, and sat some of the starters and said, we just don't want to risk these guys getting hurt. There's no reason to play these guys, and easily kept the number one position. But they didn't do that. They won 2 games and they dropped down to 6. So, I mean, to me, I have to think there's a reasoning for that. I don't think it was just Mark Davis saying, go out and just win, baby, win 2 games, and then we're going to fire the head coach. We're going to fire the general manager because you did what I said and won 2 games. To me, none of that makes sense. And it's just like I said again, maybe they don't care what they look like, but it just wouldn't look good at all to move up for a quarterback in this draft. Like I said again, if Shador falls to 6, man, then if they believe that's the guy, I'm gonna cheer for the guy. You know, I'm gonna root for him 100% because I just want to win. Just win, baby. Just win now. Just win forever. I want to keep winning. Don't ever lose again. No, for real though. Well, I can't stay. I'm going to Vegas and I have to pack. But I hope you're having a good day, Rebel. Happy birthday. Well, have a good time in Vegas. Take pictures of the stadium for me. Of take pictures of yourself in front of the stadium for me, and yeah, have a blast. Not that I have to tell you to have a blast in Vegas. I mean, my guy Arnie, Seattle wants a first and a third round draft pick for Metcalf. Yeah, well, shit. I want to be rich. I'm not. I want to drive a big jacked up truck that costs $100,000, but I don't. Want wish in one hand, shit in the other, as my stepdad used to always say. They're not going to get that, bro. You're not going to get a first. You'll be lucky to get a third for Metcalf. I mean, just go back and look at all the receivers that have been traded with high contracts, with contracts like that, still under contract. They're not getting much. You're getting a fourth, if you're lucky. And I don't think if Seattle's willing to, pay part of that salary, or, I don't know. They can maybe work it out. Maybe you'll get a second or a third. Like I said, a third is probably, in my opinion, I wouldn't give more than a third, because you're taking on a big ass contract for a year. You're gonna have to sign them to, 20-25 mil for 1 year, or maybe 2 years. Like that's crazy. So I just don't see him getting that. Are there teams willing to give that? I mean, there probably are. I don't think so. There's not. I don't see a first. I don't see him getting a first, let alone a first and a third. That's not going to happen. And I'm sure they don't want to trade him. But when a guy demands a trade, that means he's done. He doesn't want to be there. And there's no reason to try to salvage a relationship when it's over. Like, when it's over, it's over. Move on. My guy Arnie says, Rebel, can you imagine Myers, Bowers, Tucker, Metcalf with AOC as our quarterback? I mean, yeah, I can imagine it was supposed to look like what it would have looked like last year if Devontae Adams was happy and they would have started him from the beginning of the season. But Aiden O'Connell being the starting quarterback, as much as I love Aiden O'Connell, I believe is their last option. If I don't think Sam Darnold's on the table, that's just my opinion. I'm not listening to all these beat writers, or paid fucking whatever. It's like I'm not listening to that shit. I just don't see Sam Darnold being big on the Raiders. It's never. It just doesn't strike me as something that Tom Brady would be willing to do, willing to risk, willing to pay that money for a 1 year bridge quarterback. Now, if they're looking for a bridge quarterback, like my guy from Vegas Sports asked on his interview, you know, Aiden O'Connell, who do you think should come in and compete for your job? Like, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, you have to go with somebody that's not going to be crazy, right? 10, $12 million. You don't want to go anything crazier than that. And it's probably going to be a 1 year contract. And they're going to have to know, look, we're bringing in a rookie. We're probably keeping Aiden O'Connell. And, we have another guy, unleashing addiction. What? You need to thank me. It was for birthday, Rebel. Happy birthday, bro. Appreciate it. Again, thank you. Anyways, thank you. Start this so I know where the hell I'm at. All right. Damn it, my nose is getting clogged up again. I'm getting sick again. So again, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think Aiden O'Connell. I'm sure Tom Brady, if they're watching film, and the scouts see something in the kid. How could you not? I mean, I don't know. Near as shit. Tom Brady probably forgot more about football than I will ever know, or any of us will ever know, for that matter. And if he sees something in that kid, then he might have a shot. They might go that way. They might just be like, we're surprising everybody. We'll spend big in free agency on offensive line, running back. Maybe they go that route. We've heard Pete Carroll talk over and over again how the quarterback position should be made easy, right? It shouldn't be all on him to do everything, which it has since day one. It's been on Aiden O'Connell's shoulders. He's been thrown into the fire and been like, bam, this is your team. You win us games because you have no running game, you have no offensive line, and you have one receiver and a tight end. Go do your thing. So like I said, last case scenario, I believe there's going to be a competition. I think they're still trying to bring in a free agent. I just don't think they want to pay crazy money. We've heard all the crazy talks about Zach Wilson. I mean, I don't even know why that name came up or who brought that name up. If you look at his record, 25 touchdowns to 26 interceptions, that shows right there that one, he just either doesn't give a shit or he's just horrible at reading defense and has no vision. I mean, whether you're on a bad team or not, are you have no offensive line and you're running for your life. Let's throw that out there. So Zach Wilson, I don't know. Jonah, thank you. Old man, stop that. What's wrong with you? It's only half a century. 5 decades. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Um, but yeah, I mean, I could see it if they get us a running game, right? And I know damn well with Chip Kelly, we're gonna have a running game. We're gonna have a nasty running game, and we're gonna have an offensive line. Pete Carroll wouldn't have brought his son in and gave him that position if he didn't have 100% faith in him. You also still have Joe Philbin is still in the building, and I'm sure he'll be helping, with the offensive line and working on that as well. And we have a bunch of key pieces, and there's a lot of offensive linemen that impressed in this NFL draft. We've been over the names, we've talked about it. I'm still worried about the Will Campbell thing. Um, somebody pointed out, I don't even know who I was watching, so forgive me. Well, I was watching a video and somebody was pointing out in his stance, they're like, if they have to make him, I think it was the Todd McShay show. So they were like, if you have to make him a guard, just watch his stance in college at LSU. The man he can't even get in a 3-point stance. Like he can barely get down in his stance as a tackle. So trying to put that man in a 3-point stance is even as athletic as he is and as fast as he is. I don't know if that's going to be the best option either. So I mean, like I'm starting to just go with I'm not even going to do any mock drafts, and I'm just going to trust these guys in the building because damn, the more I look at this coaching staff, bro, we have one of the best coaching staffs in the NFL. I mean, with the experience, and I know we should have had that last year, but the experience that was in the building. Just popping in to say hi and happy birthday. Appreciate you spending your time to pop in and say hi. Thank you. Rebel, does AOC beat out Sanders for starter? No problem. No, 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 no. I think if they draft Shador Sanders at 6, he's playing. He's playing. I mean, his accuracy, I don't know. I can't say. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of people that say, Shador Sanders is NFL starter ready. And then there's 75% of the people that say he's not even close. So from what I've seen in the quarterbacks that have been drafted in the first, second, third rounds since 2010, he's a first round quarterback. There's no way around it. Is he a number one quarterback? I don't think there's anybody. Like they keep saying Cam Ward is by far the best guy. And I don't see it on tape. Like I don't see it in his footwork. I don't see it in his mechanics. I see him throwing crazier throws than Dart and Shador Sanders. So I'm not sold on really any of these guys. But if there has to be quarterbacks going in the first round, I mean, those three for sure. Those three for sure. And you can probably put in, Kyle McCord is not any he's not any worse of a quarterback. I think he's more mobile than Shador and and Cam Ward. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know how these guys do their rating. You heard me talk about Riley Leonard over and over again. I didn't know this, but I found out yesterday, dude, Riley Leonard was a basketball player and didn't even start playing football. Like he was recruited to play football and at Duke and they gave him a chance, but he was a basketball player. The kid at whatever he is, 6'5", 220 pounds. Go look up Riley Leonard um, film in high school at basketball. This kid is an athlete, bro. Riley Leonard, they say he couldn't pass. The dude killed it at the combine. And I'm telling you, he's gonna sneak up. And I would love Riley Leonard to be a quarterback for the Raiders. I would be stoked. I'd be like, if you could get that dude in the third round, fourth round, because nobody's talking about him and his name ain't being pumped up there. And maybe there's a reason his name's not being pumped up there. Maybe that's one of the reasons. Maybe there's a lot of teams that like him and they're like, shh, shh, don't say nothing about this kid because it's lion season, it's the NFL. But no, Sanders, there's going to be a problem just because he's not a mobile quarterback. He's not athletic, but he's way more mobile and athletic than Aiden O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell has more experience in the NFL. He reads defenses. You know, they got to be up there. They got to be up there. So that's why it's called a competition. Rebel, are you buying number 2 Shador Sanders jersey? Hell no, bro. He's got enough money. They got enough money. They don't need mine. They don't need mine. What do we got? Rebel, lots of rumors of us trading DTR from the Browns for a 6th-round pick. Do you like the trade? For a 6th round? Absolutely. I don't have to think about that, bro. There's no question in my mind. 100%. Oh shit, my bad. Um, yeah. If the Browns are willing to get rid of Jatorian Robinson, bro, I'm taking a chance on him. Especially, I mean, I don't know. I don't think he has ties to. Was he there with Chip Kelly? I don't know. I don't know that. So, if he does have ties with Chip Kelly, I mean, then I could really, really, really see that happening. But I wouldn't be mad at it. He's a mobile quarterback. He's sat for what 2 years now, 2 3 years. How long's he sat? He sat um, behind Deshaun Watson, so I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't be mad at it one bit. Rebel, lots of rumors of us trading DTR for the Browns 6th-round pick. Am I buying a Shator? I'll buy. Put it like this: I will buy a Shador Sanders jersey if he's drafted to the Raiders and he takes us to the playoffs. When he takes us to the playoffs, I will buy the jersey and I will rock the shit out of it. Rebel, is Michael Mayer demanding a trade? Oh wait, there was one before that. My guy Lawrence says because we have over 20 free agents trying to keep their jobs. Yes, we do have a lot trying to keep their jobs. But a lot of those guys only make like you know, between 1 and 3 million. So a lot of them were backup roles, the back end of the roster. And some of our starters, I mean, some of our starters and guys that played a lot of minutes were only making 1.25 million, 1.5 mil. They weren't making a lot of money. So I believe we can bring a lot of these guys back. Like, so we re-signed Kelly Blue. I should have wrote this shit down. We re-signed Jordan Meredith for 1.2 mil or some shit, 1.4 mil. Kelly Blue was under a mil, like 900 and something something. So just say a mil. So that's 2.5. Um, We re-signed Charles Snowden for 990 something. Just call it a mill, which we'll get to that in a minute. The Charles Snowden thing, I don't understand it. Um, who else did we re-sign? Oh, Isaiah Palomau. No, that wasn't it. Somebody else. Oh, we re-signed a tackle, or we signed a guard. Whew, excuse me. We signed a guard from the Bengals who played with Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Well, didn't play with Tom Brady in the Super Bowl because he was injured, but played for Tom Brady the Super Bowl year. Didn't have the greatest of year with the Bengals. I've heard a lot of people running him into the ground, posting he was the worst in sacks, worst in first in sacks, first in pressures, um, and tackles for whatever, I don't know. So he didn't have a great year. He didn't have a great year with the Bengals, but that whole offensive line didn't really have a great year. And sometimes it's just not the right fit. I think the first year that he was with the Bengals, or year or two that he was with the Bengals, he didn't do too bad. So maybe being with somebody he knows with Spytech, maybe the guy can rejuvenate his career. Hopefully he comes in. I mean, you can't do any worse than Cody Whitehair or Andres Pete, who I believe, I don't know why they're not out the door yet, but they should be out the door very, very soon. Um, Gardner Minshew, I don't know if he's officially been released, but the reports are they have told Gardner Minshew that he will no longer be a Raider and they are moving on from him, which I reported months ago. There was no reason to keep him in the building. But yeah, I'm taking a flyer. We have three six round picks. There's no reason not to waste one on a player like DTR. At anything, he's a backup. I mean, I don't think he's a starting quarterback. He's definitely not better than Shador or Jackson Dart or Cam Ward, shit, or Riley Leonard or any of these guys in this draft. So, I mean, as a backup, if you just need a backup guy, or if you're just bringing in a guy for competition, I don't think a 6 round pick is worth bringing in a guy for competition, in my opinion. So I mean, it depends on where we go. He's not a veteran, so I don't know. I don't know if it's worth the pick. Now, if they believe Aiden O'Connell's not the guy, then maybe. The hell? I gotta get back into this. No, Michael Mayer did not demand a trade. The Raiders have just got calls. So calm down on the Michael Mayer. The Raiders do not want to trade him. They're not looking to trade him, but they have been receiving calls from what I've heard, from what I've read. That's all there is to it. And if somebody offers the right trade, then I don't see him not taking it. So everything has a price, and if the right price is offered, Michael Mayer could be gone. But reports are the Raiders do not want to trade him. You know, they have high hopes for him. But again, if the right scenario comes around, the right draft picks or maybe a trade for a player like a Joe Milton or something crazy like that, who knows what the Raiders will do. Um, how much does Justin Fields want for a contract? 2 or 3 years? It's been different. Spot track, Spo track, however the hell you say it, has him at 6.5 mil. Most of the reports on NFL and all these other guys are saying somewhere, but like somewhere around 10 mil. It just depends. It depends. Zach Wilson is a young Uncle Rico. He is. Rebel, your thoughts on free agent market, quarterback, running back, wide receiver? Is the free agency is poor. It's very, very poor. There's not. I mean, Nobody. Cowtown Luda says, "Hell no, send me back that 707." What? Hell no. What I do now, Luda? What I do now, my guy? Um, Riley Leonard, we can get in the sixth round, be a third string practice squad quarterback. Bro, I'm telling y'all got Riley Leonard fucked up. I'm telling y'all, excuse my language. Y'all got Riley Leonard messed up, bro. This kid is athletic as hell. He can run, he can pass. He got better every year at reading defenses. They just didn't unleash the reins. The only thing I don't like about Riley Leonard is he doesn't have a strong arm. We've seen at the combine. Now, those passes for the deep ball, they started to flutter at about 40 yards in the air. But he throws the ball high, he throws it far. There's a tight spiral. He's got good mechanics. He's got damn good footwork. He's faster than any guys. I don't know why he didn't run the 40 time. And I'm sure he'll run the 40 time in his pro day, or maybe he won't. Maybe he just don't want guys to know. But I know coming out of high school, he ran a 4.6, which is the same thing as what Tyler Shook run. Was it Tyler Shook? Or no, Brady Cook. Brady Cook ran a 4.6. So he's just as fast as Brady Cook, dude. And Riley Leonard is athletic as shit. I'm telling you, go watch more film on this guy. He can throw the ball. He can throw with anticipation. He can read defenses. He can throw guys open. He's not scared to he is kind of scared to force the ball in there, but that's kind of a good thing, right? You can grow his confidence. He just hasn't thrown the ball enough. He was in a run system in Duke. He was in a run first system, with a solid defense that they're like, man, don't make mistakes. Just be, that bridge quarterback. And that's what he was. He wasn't asked to throw the ball. But when he's asked to throw the ball, you could see at the combine, the kid killed it. And one guy that I really listen to, and people are probably going to get mad, is, Phil Sims. I keep saying that. Chris Sims. Chris Sims, the last 3 years, 2 years, whatever, has nailed it on these quarterbacks coming out of college. And even he said in his last report he did, Riley Leonard, he's like, man, a lot of people are sleeping on Riley Leonard. I haven't done much tape on him, but I'm waiting to see his film breakdown. So Riley Leonard is a baller, bro. The kid has heart. He's a leader, which that's what, Tom Brady says. He wants a leader. He wants a guy that's in the playbook. Riley Leonard has all those attributes, except he's faster and can run, and he's mobile as hell. Like the dude's an athlete, a pure athlete. So I wouldn't be mad at that. DTR was Chip Kelly at UCLA. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. DTR wasn't great at UCLA. That's why he was drafted in the later rounds. Aiden O'Connell is way better in the pocket, and there's no way DTR is beating him out. I mean, I would even I would even struggle to say that Carter Bradley in the building like might compete with DTR. Like, and there's another name, Carter Bradley. Like, we seen in the preseason, Carter Bradley could be mobile. He can throw on the run. Um, he got to sit for a whole year on the practice squad. Then he got brought up towards the end of the year. Got to sit on the sidelines for some live games. Carter Bradley might make this squad again. I'd be surprised, but there's there's a big chance. Riley Leonard's not going to be there in the sixth round, dude. Riley Leonard is not going past the third round. Put that shit in stone, mark it, stamp it, Raiders Rebel, put my name on it. He's not going. Maybe the fourth, but there's no farther than that. I don't see him going past the third. I see him moving up in his pro day. I see him. He moved up in the draft. I'm telling you, kid's gonna be a baller. Resign Jordan Meredith. Yeah, I said Meredith, right? And sign Alex. Yeah, Alex Copa, the guard. I think he could have a chance, man. He can have a chance to have a decent, breakout year, or if anything, just be a depth piece. Um, because it's not like we don't need depth. We have a bunch of guys on this roster. Bam. Try to add some of these guys that are always in my chat helping me out. Cool. Um, Sorry, I was trying to add this shit. Da, 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 da. Yeah, Jordan Meredith was a 90% grade most of the year. Was a 80% grade in pass blocking and run, like high 80s. We have a lot of good pieces on the offensive line. I keep hearing and I keep saying we have a lot of holes. I just don't know how many holes we really have. I thought last year we didn't have as many holes either. We just had a couple of, key pieces that we needed filled, like the running back room. Um, we needed to know who was going to be the quarterback. That was going to be a big piece. And we needed people healthy. And I think this team would have been fine. This year, a lot of those guys had to come in last year, and get more grass time because of the injuries. Due to the injuries, they were on the field a lot more. So when the season comes around this year, they're going to be backups, but backups with a lot more experience, right? They're not going to be rookies with no experience. I guess maybe MJ Devonshire didn't get any grass time. I think he one game if he played in any games. But DeCamarion Richardson, you know, I thought did very well for being a rookie thrown out on the island. I thought he kind of had a better year than what Jacorian Bennett had in his first year. Jacorian Bennett got pulled in his first year as a starter. So I think there's upside for DeCamarion Richardson or DCam, whatever, DCam Richardson, whatever you want to say. Um, and we still, we don't know what we got in MJ Devonshire. We never seen on the field. We didn't see Trey Taylor, the safety at an Air Force. I mean, that guy is. I want to see on the grass, right? I wanted to see towards the end of the season. Like I thought he was off the knee injury. He was healthy. They brought him up from the roster, and I don't know. Maybe I missed it. Maybe he did get in and I missed it. But let me know in the chat, um, in case I did miss it. But yeah, we have guys on this roster that we don't know a lot about. We've seen flashes from Caleb Von Chasen. If we bring back Caleb Von Chasen, our defensive of front is going to be stacked. And then with 3 picks in the 6th round, if you take a defensive lineman in the 6th, they're still starting defensive caliber linemen in the 6th round and in the 7th round in this draft. They're starting running backs you could take late in this draft also. So I think we'll be good. I think we'll be good as long as we can figure out free agency. Now, as far as the whole max thing goes, Tatted Raider says, is that still not pinned up there? Oh, I had my Cash App pinned up there. Oh, you did pin it. I don't know. Um, oh, all right. Thank you. I thought it was pinned, but I didn't pin it right. Oh well. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, did I not read that? Here y'all go. Show support and send those Cash App super stickers. Happy birthday. He's 50 today. Stop reminding me. Thanks. Let's give him an awesome birthday. Appreciate it. Y'all keep telling me I'm 50. I'm gonna have to go get drunk for the first time in like 5 years. No, but for real. So we have lots of upside. We have lots of upside. We just free agency. in 5 days. Yes, 5 days. In 3 days, I do believe. Wait, 4 days. I don't know, some shit like that. 4 days. The tampering period begins. You can start getting in touch with people. Just like all of y'all. I don't have any inside for information. Again, I'm just a fan that does my homework to bring y'all whatever information I can find out. And I don't know. I don't know what they're planning on, what direction they're going. All these reports are probably all BS. It's that time of year where teams are gonna have guys, report shit that's way far off because they don't want guys talking about them. And I still find it crazy that Aaron Rodgers is not in anybody's conversation. Like once in a while, they have him going to the Steelers. They've had him going to the Colts, to the Rams. That's not going to happen. Um, where do y'all think Sam Darnold's going to end up? I have a feeling Sam Darnold's going to end up in a crazy spot, like somewhere like the Colts. Because come on, let's face it, Richardson, it has just not been it for a third round pick. Y'all want to talk shit about Tyree Wilson being a seventh round pick? Come on, bro. Anthony Richardson, they moved up to get this dude. Like that was, or did they move up? Whatever. But anyways, third, fourth overall, wherever they picked that kid. I mean, come on, he has not lived up to the hype whatsoever. So they're gonna have to do something over there. Maybe they go get Gardner Minshew back. He did play well when Gardner was behind him. So I don't know. They go that route, or maybe they go get a Sam Darnold because they're trying to win now. Also, it's going to be crazy, dude. Free agency is going to be wild in a couple days. But I just don't see us making any crazy, crazy moves like everybody's thinking. I know we have a lot of salary cap, but once we take care of the guys in house, which we have to figure out what we're doing with Spillane, what we're doing with Trayvon Moehrig, what we're doing with Malcolm Kuntz, that right there could be anywhere from 40 to $60 million in just those three guys. So I think those numbers, and you know, I said they might do it after free agency. I'm trying to change my mind. I kind of think that the guys, if we are signing them, that it'll be done in the next couple of days, and it'll be all worked out, and we won't have to worry about it, and they'll know how much we have on the cap going into free agency and where we have to go, what holes need to be filled the most. And I think that's the best way to go for this team, really. The link is pinned. It's pinned. It's pinned. I got you. I got you. I got you. It's pinned. It's pinned. Appreciate it. Ah, shit. But then there's also other guys in this draft. If they're looking for a sleeper quarterback, maybe they don't take a quarterback in the first 4 rounds. Maybe they hope one of these guys fall to the sixth round where they have 3 picks and they can take their quarterback in the sixth. I don't see a lot of these guys being there, especially the way some of these backups have played with all the injuries in the NFL. So don't listen to the media hype, bro, about there's no quarterbacks in this draft. And I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot more quarterbacks taken. I think there's going to be in the first 3 rounds. There's probably going to be most of the quarterbacks, that are being talked about. 6, probably 7, because there's teams that backups aren't that good, and there's guys that shined in the combine, shined in the playoffs, shined throughout the season on tape, like Kyle McCord had a huge, huge year over there at Syracuse, did well in the combine. Quinn Ewers, the guy I haven't talked about much, over there in Texas, right? Where the hell is he from? Um, a lot of people are saying his stock moved up. Some people are saying he might even be in the first round. Now, Let me know in the chat if you've seen anything from Quinn Ewers in the combine that moved him from a third or from a projected fourth, fifth, or fourth, or even third round pick to the first round. Because I did not see it. Like, he has some decent throws. He has a very strong arm, a way stronger arm than Riley Leonard, that's for sure. Way stronger arm than I imagined. It was up there with, you know, with Milrose. Some of them guys, dropping bombs. So I didn't see anything from Quinn Ewers that made his stock go, that far up. But there are some teams that are going to take a chance on him. We all know when it comes to the draft, every single year. And if you're a Raiders fan, you know more than anybody that when it comes to the draft, teams draft horribly, horribly bad. And for that reason, there's going to be quarterbacks that go off this board way before teams are, before people are imagined. Just look at last year. Nobody thought Bo Nix, Michael Penix, um, shit, some people said even JJ McCarthy or, Drake May were gonna fall to the end of the bottom of the first round. You know, a lot of people had these guys not even first round quarterbacks, especially Michael Penix and Bo Nix. They all went inside the top 10. So there's a lot of smoke screens. And if you know how to watch, film or what to look for when you're watching these guys, there's a lot of starting, are definitely backup traits from a lot of these quarterbacks. And in the right system with the right coaches around them, like a Pete Carroll, who's going to do everything to build you up, to give you all the confidence you need, and make it easy as possible to play the position. So there's a lot of different ways we could go. What the fuck? YouTube just kicked me off your page. Why? What is YouTube doing? Who else they kicking off my page? Maybe that's why I don't get nobody in here. No, probably just not. The whole page crashed on you? Well, I apologize in advance for YouTube. So where do you guys want to go in the draft? Say there's no quarterback first round. Say something crazy happens. Like, I'm starting to get a feeling that maybe quarterbacks go 1, 2, and 3. Now hear me out. They all need quarterbacks, right? Or maybe Tennessee doesn't. Maybe they do. We don't know what you got in Will Levis. You have no offensive line. You have no running back. You traded Derrick Henry. Damn, it hurt. So, which direction do they go? Do they decide to swing for the fences in the first round or take one in the second round? Because, again, you can get a Brady Cook. You can get a Jalen Milroe. You could get Curtis Rourke, who not a lot of people aren't talking about. You can jump up and get my guy Riley Leonard, who I don't think is going to be there, but you might be able to get him in a fourth or third round. So, do these teams take a chance and try to wait and get a quarterback late, like the Tennessee Titans, or do they say, "Damn it, this is the best quarterback in the draft"? We took a quarterback last year late in the second when we probably should have took one in the first, and they didn't. Do they take one this year and hope it's their guy? Do they take Cam Ward at number one? Do they take Shador at number one, who a lot of people are saying has character issues? We'll get to that in a bit. Or do they take Jackson Dart? Yes, I said it, Jackson Dart at number one, because there's a lot of people hyping up Jackson Dart, and for good reason. I said it a year and a half ago, and people could say what they want. Who was talking about him first? It doesn't make a shit. It doesn't matter. The fact is, we all seen the same talent, right? And for a long time, I've been saying Jackson Dart is a first round quarterback. He's definitely a first round quarterback. If you look at the history of the quarterbacks that have been taken in the first round, he's better than 80% of all of them. So he's got to be in that talk, and he should have been in the talk the whole time. And he is. And I think there could be other quarterbacks that after their pro day, the Steelers don't have a quarterback. Um, the Jets don't have a quarterback. The Giants don't have a quarterback. The list goes on and on and on of teams that really don't have a quarterback right now or don't know if that's their guy. So, you know, the Steelers pick what, 23rd, somewhere in there. They could snag a quarterback. They moved up and got Kenny Pickett before, like, or got Kenny Pickett number one. So crazier things have happened in the NFL draft. I'm just saying. But there's a very good chance that Cam Ward, Shador, and Jackson Dart go 1, 2, 3 and shake up the whole entire NFL draft because it happens every year. Quarterbacks, whether they're, you know, projected to be a top 10 pick or a top 15 or even a second round pick, somehow go in the first round. And guys that are projected to be, like Will Levis, everybody said he was a first round pick, went in the second round, the first pick of the second round. So, I mean, it could very well happen. We don't know what's going on, with Abdul Carter and his injury. He's saying he's not having surgery. Are they going to get second opinions from different doctors? We don't know what's going on with that. Is it going to scare teams when you have a crazy, crazy, crazy stack of defensive edge rushers in this draft? Do you really swing for the fences on a Abdul Carter, not knowing what's going on with the injury? When you look at the Raiders and what they did with Tyree Wilson, I don't say you do. I say you take a quarterback when that's one of your biggest needs. Why take a risk on a player, like that? Or do you go Travis Hunter, a guy that could play both sides of the ball? If you need a receiver, you got one. If you need a shutdown corner, you got one. Um, AOC in the building. Not in the building, but you know what I mean. Rebel, I believe Ward, Sanders, Dart, first three picks. Hunter Graham, McMillan, and Genty at 6. I'm not taking uh yeah, if they're all off the board, I'm not taking Hunter. I mean, Hunter I would think about because we need a receiver. We need an X receiver. We need a shutdown corner. Like I said, I just went over the corners. We don't know what we have in DCAM. We don't know what we have in any of these guys that are on the roster. We don't know if we're going to get in a free agency, what we're doing at that position, or if Pete Carroll and the rest of the staff believe that we have the corners in the building with Jack Jones and Jacorian Bennett when he comes back off the injury, and they rock with those guys, and that's cool. But we don't have any clue of what they're doing. So Travis Hunter, I don't know. Mason Graham, I'm not taking at 6, and here's why: there's too many defensive edge rushers. Even his partner, you could get, maybe early with our second round pick if you wanted to go that way, or move back up into the first round. He might fall there also. So there's so many defensive linemen. Like I said, you're going to get a starter or a starting caliber if you pick right anywhere in any round in this draft when it comes to defensive tackle. You just got to draft the right guys. There's so many guys. There's way more than 32 guys that have potential of being starting caliber defensive tackles. So I'm not taking a Mason Graham at 6. I don't think, I don't know. I just don't see him as being that number one blue chip guy that you have to take when you have a Christian Wilkins, when you have an Adam Butler, if we bring him back, when you have Malcolm Kuntz. I'm telling you, trading back, I think, is the best way to go. Um, Mason Graham, Will Johnson, I wouldn't be mad at. He's probably the top 3 corner. But if you're the top 3 corner and there's no definite one, is that worth taking at 6? You have to ask yourself that question. When it comes to McMillan, there's no way I'm taking him at 6. There's a bunch of receivers that are faster. Well, we don't know if they're faster because he didn't perform in the combine. So his stock went down before the combine. I didn't think he was the number one receiver. I don't have him as the number one receiver on my board, and I never have. And now that he went to the combine, I don't think McMillan is. There's I could think of 5 receivers I'd pick in front of him, but that's just my opinion. Ashton Genty, the way the running backs performed again in the combine, and I've said this all year long, is for the last 3 months. Wait till the combine. Wait till the combine. Wait till the combine. There's going to be a bunch of surprises in in a lot of these guys. 25-man boards, 50-man boards, 100-man boards, and and their mock drafts. And it happened just like I thought. When it got to the combine, there was running backs galore that just killed it. And why would you take a Ashton Genty at 6 when you have a Marion Hampton, when you have Quinshawn Judkins, when you have, uh, I mean, the list goes on and on, dude. Travion Henderson, Diggins. I mean, bro, there's the running back. The running back class is crazy, and it might be the best ever in the history of the NFL when it's all said and done. 5 years down the line, they might look back and be like, "Damn, remember that 2005 class, 2000 whatever? Like that shit was wild." So I'm not taking a risk on Genty, who carried the ball 40 times a game in his career. There's no reason. There's no reason to take a player like that. So, to me, the only player that makes sense at 6 would be a Travis Hunter because he goes both ways, positive, necessary. Um, he can give you that dual threat. And then again, I mean, if an Abdul Carter falls somehow because of the shit that's going on, do you take a chance at 6 and take him? I don't know. I don't know. I just, there's no, last year there was a bunch of players that I had that I would have took at 6. This year, there's nobody that's really standing out that I've fallen in love with and been like, damn, that's who we need at 6. The only person I could think of, and I know this is crazy as hell, is if we really need a quarterback that bad and they believe Dart's that guy or Shador's that guy, I mean, then take a quarterback at 6. But other than that, like I said, our biggest needs are running back. That class is stacked. We need a wide receiver. There's plenty. There's plenty you can get with the amount of picks we have. We don't know if I mean, we have a lot of corners. We have 6 defensive backs or 7 defensive backs. What? Check your cash app. What the fuck? I can't check my cash app and have my phone at the same time. It's not saying, man. Shout out, appreciate you, appreciate you. I don't like the Cash App thing because it doesn't say who or what or where or when or why. Any of that shit. And to be honest, I don't even know if there was money in there. Love you, bro, but you are always wrong. LOL. What am I wrong about? The hell? What? No. No, no, no. No. I didn't. Damn it, and you made me close this out. All right. Sorry. Love you too, man. I'm always wrong. All right. Do you think they will hire another quarterback to start, or do you believe they will start AOC this year? they're going to bring in a quarterbacks. They're bringing in as many quarterbacks as they can get in the building, which is kind of going to be hard to compete because you heard Pete Carroll's philosophy of saying they're going to start a different quarterback every day, like the Raiders did this year. That didn't work out very good, in my opinion. So, I mean, there's going to be competition. Yes, they're going to bring in another quarterback. They're going to bring in a rookie. They're going to bring in a free agent. Is it going to be the high dollar, overpaid free agent that everybody wants? I don't believe it's going to be. I could be wrong. Do you think Pete Carroll's going to do a good job this year? Man, I believe so. I believe so. My guy, I'm not bueno. Why you not bueno? Because I'm always wrong. My bad. Thought you were Raider D. Still love you though. That's fucked up, bro. That's fighting words right there. Why does everybody call me Raider D? That's Jack, bro. All right, I'm gonna shave this shit when I get off of here. Fucked up. Nah, you all good, my bro. You good. Appreciate you. But I think you should donate to the channel since you call me Raider D. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. You got the little cash thing right there, super chat. You should have super chatted that Raider D comment. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. No, for real though. Um, so would you pick at uh so who would you pick at 6 if quarterbacks are gone? I wouldn't pick at 6. I wouldn't pick at 6. There's gonna be value in that pick. Look, there's a lot of teams that are gonna make stupid decisions, and there's a lot of teams that need running backs. There's a lot of teams that need defensive tackle that are further back in the later rounds that are going to want to move up. I have a feeling that there's 3 or 4 teams. Now, last year when I did my mock drafts, there weren't as many teams trying to trade with the Raiders. This year when I do my mock drafts, no matter what side I do it on, it doesn't matter, if it's PFF or what it is. Every team there's like 4 trades in the first round every time. So, for that reason, I'm starting to believe that pick 6 might be worth a lot more than people are imagining because there's a lot of teams that don't need quarterbacks but need other positions, and there's a lot of value at wide receiver. There might be what, 5, you know 5 guys that you could say are, maybe a couple more that could come in and start right away or have a chance to be those guys. There's probably 10 or 15 have a chance to be those guys. So does a team move up, to take the best receiver in the draft? Does a team move up to take the best running back in the draft or who they feel is the best edge rusher? I feel that's the way it's going to go. So I would trade back, bro. I'm telling you, trade back. If you trade back with the Cowboys to 12, I've seen us trading back with fuck, who was the other one? I don't know, but I've seen those scenarios with us trading back with 3 different teams for trading back, swapping first round picks, ended up with their second and their fourth. Which, bro, if you're going to give me a second and a fourth, or a second and a fourth and a pick next year, I'm sorry, 4 players are better than one. Like, to me, if you have 4 guys you can bring in to have a chance to be starting caliber players compared to one guy you're taking a chance on at 6, I mean, I'm moving back. It um makes more sense to me. My guy Lawrence, I don't know. Does anybody know how to work this? Okay, there. I think I got it. All right. Luis and Lawrence. Yes, got it. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. My guy Lawrence always in the building. But it doesn't, that's all it says, I think. Boom, boom. All right, yeah. So the first one was Cowtown in the building. 707. Shout out his area code. And my guy Lawrence with the $25 holler. Thank you so very much, my brother. I appreciate you. You know me. My intelligence when it comes to these apps is not very good. So I had to figure it out. I seen that I got something, but it wasn't telling me what. So man, I appreciate you more than anything. Definitely, definitely got it. So only Travis Hunter or Jackson Dart at sixth. I'm not taking Jackson Dart at sixth. I believe there's a team that's going to take him in the first round. I believe there is. I think with Cleveland and the situation they're in, if if they keep hyping him up and somebody feels that he's the third best quarterback, I just don't see him making it away from these guys unless they feel that there's a better guy, a better need, better value at a better position. But I really feel all three of those guys are going in the first round. Now, I mean, I don't know. The only way I'm taking them at six, if they take him as, let's put it this way, I wouldn't take him at six, but I wouldn't take Shador or Cam Ward at six either. And I don't know who I'd take. Like I said, there's nobody that really stands out. I've watched all these guys, and there's nobody but Abdul Carter, and then he got the injury thing. So I don't know. I mean, Mason Graham could be that dude, but then you can look at the guy that played right next to him all year long and be like, damn, he could be the guy too. You can look at Walter Nolan from Ole Miss and be like, damn, he could be better than both of those guys. Maybe not right off the bat, but definitely eventually down the line. Um, I mean, dude, the amount of running, the amount of receivers and safeties that ran uh, sub 4.40s is crazy. And just for that reason alone, we heard all the talk about uh, Isaiah Worthy, right, from the Kansas City Chiefs. How much did we hear all year? Every video I watched was about how he couldn't catch, how fast he was, but he couldn't catch. He couldn't catch. The dude gets to the NFL and he ain't dropping shit. He's catching everything. So, there was a lot of people that said it was a reach taking James Worthy in the, or whatever the hell the Kansas City Chiefs name player is, Isaiah Worthy, I believe. Um, a lot of people said it was a reach taking that guy in the first round. But Kansas City being the Super Bowl champions, they have that luxury, right? You can take guys, and they moved up to get Patrick Mahomes. They've done it over and over again. They draft well. That was their guy. They went and got him. And I mean, damn, he did pretty damn well this year for a rookie, in my opinion, for a guy that a lot of people said couldn't catch. Trade back if all QBs are gone. What do you mean by all? The two quarterbacks? Or do you think there's three in this draft also, or possibly four? All right, my mind says Rebel, BRGM. Who do you sign or trade or veteran quarterback? Which rookie would you pick? It's I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to be the GM. I don't want that responsibility. No. All right. So if I'm the GM, If I'm the GM, I mean, first you got to evaluate the talent in the building. That's number one. You have to know where you stand with a guy that's played 17 games for you. Um, 3 games under 500. That could be up or down. Had some injury problems last year. You have to know where you feel about that guy. Could he be your number one in certain scenarios, or is he just a backup? Or is he not even that? Is he your practice squad guy? I mean, you have to know where you feel about Aiden O'Connell. You have to know where you feel about Carter Bradley. Are you moving on from Carter? Are you bringing in 3 guys in competition, 4 guys? If you're bringing in a competition, then do you want a level competition? Because if you bring in Sam Darnold and Justin Fields and Aiden O'Connell, is that a level competition? No, because you have a mobile guy. You have a guy that's a pocket passer, and then you got a guy that had one breakout year and pretty much is a pocket passer that can make plays with his legs if he has to. So it there's so many scenarios you have to go through as a GM, as a head coach on who you bring in. Who do I want? Now that's a different story. Who do I want? It's Jackson Dart. There's just no question about it. If you look at everything the kid's done this year, if you look at his footwork, if you look at his toughness, if you look at his mobility, he's not fast. There's a reason he didn't run the 40 time at the combine. He probably would have been like a 4.8 somewhere in there, 4.9, Patrick Mahomes speed. But he has that it factor, right? He has that um, little swagger to him where it's not over cocky, it's not overbearing. You can tell he knows he's confident in his football game. He's faced tremendous, tremendous defenses. ACC, SEC. He plays SEC teams the last 3 years he was at Ole Miss. Uh, I mean, that's to me, that's just the kid I want. That's the kid I want. At 6, though, I mean, no, I would trade back late into the first round. But if that's your guy and you feel like somebody else wants him, then you have to take him at 6. Because I feel like there's teams like the Giants, um, even other teams, that people are not talking about, like the Colts. You know, are they willing to move up and say Anthony Richardson is not their guy and move on from him and try to move up and take a Cam Ward or a Shador Sanders? That shit could happen too. We don't know. I mean, we've seen the same thing happen with the Atlanta Falcons last year, right? Atlanta Falcons, they pay Kirk Cousins all this money, $140 million. That's their guy. And then all of a sudden they sneak in front of the Raiders and they take Michael Penix at 10 or wherever they were. So anything can happen in the draft. Nobody's going to give away what's going to happen in interviews. And none of these reporters or beat writers know shit. Like they know what the other teams don't want them to know, basically. That's it. So, I mean, veteran wise, with Chip Kelly's system, I would take a shot on Justin Fields if that's what you want. If you think you're going to run a mobile, a bunch of RPOs, a bunch of, read option shit, then bring him in. Bring him in. But you're going to have to evaluate not just like they did last year. Oh, he can run. He can roll out of the pocket. He can create plays with his legs. He's got to be the quarterback. You have to look at, all right, when he rolls out of the pocket, is he more accurate than this guy? When he stands in the pocket, is he more accurate? Does he get the ball out faster? Can he read defenses? Can he throw guys open? Can he throw with anticipation? Is he decisive in his, pre-snap reads? All that shit comes into play. So, I mean, for the price, you have to go like a Justin Fields or, a Drew Locks, like you said, somebody bring in Zach Wilson. If these guys think that they can fix them or they can put them in a better situation to succeed, I wouldn't be mad at that shit either. But if you're trying to buy a Super Bowl, I mean, then you have to go Aaron Rodgers, right? There's no doubt about it. It's the best quarterback in free agency. There's nobody even close. You bring in a veteran who's been there, who's done that, um, who has every accomplishment and achievement you could probably have as a quarterback in the NFL. So if you're trying to win now and you're putting in all the right pieces to protect that man to get you to a Super Bowl and win a championship, then you go Aaron Rodgers. But if you're, just trying to bring in competition to compete this year and then, go balls to the wall next year, then shit. You go the cheap route, you rock with Aiden O'Connell, and you bring in bring in a veteran and you draft your rookie. Jacoby Brissett. Here's the thing about Jacoby Brissett is I don't know if that's a laughing face or a smiling, but I mean, you could bring him in. He, he played all right for New England, right? It wasn't the greatest. I just don't. I mean, I just don't see his passing being better than Aiden O'Connell. Like, really? Maybe he's a little bit more mobile. He's a veteran. I think he's at that stage as a veteran where you're not going to teach an old dog new tricks, right? You're not going to fix his mechanics. Um, you know, same thing with Geno Smith in Seattle. Yeah, you can bring Geno in. Yeah, you can put him in a better system. Yeah, you can make it easier on your quarterback. But Pete Carroll tried that with Geno Smith, and it never worked. The man still fumbles the shit out of the ball. The man still throws stupid interceptions trying to do too much. So I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, I can't answer those questions. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. But again, if you ask me who I want, it's Jackson Dart, but it's got to be for the right price. I don't have enough evaluation or film, and I'm not able to interview the kid to be like, yeah, I would take him at 6. But again, if you look at all the quarterbacks that they've taken in the first round and the guys that they've taken in the first round, like Jacoby Brissett, like like these guys, he he definitely deserves to be a first round pick if you're just going off of that. And talent wise, man, I mean, even talent wise, he definitely deserves. Um, he's definitely not Raider D. Thank you for that. No, I was kidding. Um, so I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think Aaron Rodgers is you know, it's the same problem you're going to get with Shador, right? If you don't want Shador, how can you want Aaron Rodgers? They're they both have that ego trip. They think they're the greatest, and I mean, it's not a problem if you carry yourself right. Like Aaron Rodgers, you wouldn't know that until you ask the wrong questions or push the wrong buttons, right? He doesn't like just come out as cocky like that. But there's he's been a problem. It's been a problem in the Jets. He was, let go from Green Bay. There's a reason why. So what's those reasons? My guy with the $2 holler, appreciate you. Forgive me. I was just fucking. That's good though. That's good. Hey, that's the best message I've got on a super chat so far though. I like that shit. I'll take Cam Ward. Um, other than that, I trade back. Now, why is Cam Ward your guy? Uh why do you think Cam Ward is the best quarterback in this draft? I think we might if he's there. Wouldn't be a preference. I like Genty, Graham, Johnson are a top lineman, like Gray Zabel or Campbell. I, I want offensive lineman too. Like Gray Zabel thinks like I mean to me, okay, I take that back. I did say there wasn't any guy that stood out that I would take as a first round pick. Gray Zabel kind of stands out as that guy. I also like the Ohio State tackle that got hurt. The hell is his name? I can't remember that kid's name. Anyway, but the Will Campbell thing also, I don't know, man. I'm just after the Alex Leatherwood shit, you know, bro. After the Alex Leatherwood, we're tainted, right? As Raider fans, like it's hard to draft players in crazy positions. I mean, in positions of need in the first round. Now, I believe that's not the case. I 1000% feel deep in my heart, in my soul, that we have the right players, the right pieces, in the right places, in the suits when it comes to upper management and spy tech. Um, Even bringing back Patrick Graham, I believe all these guys are gonna gel well, way better than the coaching staff we had last year. They already seem to have started off. I seen last year there was a bunch of problems. I was like, oh my god, this might not be good, right? So I don't think we're gonna reach or take no guys that aren't worth. We've both heard. I mean, everybody's heard. Um, John Spytek said he's not reaching. He don't believe in best player available because that puts you, in a bind, in an awkward situation if you're just taking best player available. He also said he's not afraid to take a player that they have, two or three guys that are starting caliber at that position, which I don't know why you would do that. I mean, it doesn't make sense. If you got three starting defensive edge rushers, why would you take another one? Like, I don't know. Especially when one doesn't come off the field or doesn't want to come off the field. Meant we might take Dart. I have a feeling that they could go that route. I really do. Um, Again, he just kind of fits that system, right? He reminds me of a Russell Wilson when when he throws on the run. The way he moves out of the pocket, a little bit bigger, a little bit thicker, but he's got that that thickness build. He can make all the throws. To me, that's a Pete Carroll guy. Shador Sanders doesn't scream Pete Carroll to me, right? That's not a Geno Smith type. It's not a Drew Lock type um that he drafted. It's not a Russell Wilson type. It's not even a Feely type that he traded for. So Jackson Dart to me, fits more of Pete Carroll's system and Spytek. I mean, look at Spytek. Out of all the quarterbacks in free agency, who did Spytek go and get? He went and got Baker Mayfield that nobody believed in, that nobody thought had a chance to be a starting quarterback ever in the NFL. Drafted first, first overall or in the first round, wherever he was drafted, but you know, drafted top in the first round. Everybody said he was a bust, was never going to be shit. He goes to the Rams, gets on a plane, beats the Raiders, reading the playbook on the plane. And, Tampa Bay and Spytek take a shot on this dude. $4 million. I was one screaming, sign Baker Mayfield, sign Baker Mayfield. It's only $4 million. We had Derek Carr. Oh, we have Derek Carr. Derek Carr is better than Baker Mayfield. Bro, whatever you want to say. Maybe. I'm not arguing that. But at the time, Baker Mayfield made all the sense in the world at $4 million. Just like last year, Justin Fields made all the sense in the world to trade for a sixth round pick. Like, come on. It wasn't even that year. It was this year. So you could have traded for Justin Fields for a sixth round pick the following year, which just made all the sense in the world. But they don't make sense. They don't use common sense. So they didn't go with Baker Mayfield. They went with, well, I'm not even going to say, but we all know the story. So Spytek went with Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is, that 6 foot 6'2" guy, 125 pounds, doesn't have the strongest arm, but is not afraid to, burn the ball in there, has good spiral. is a guy that throws a lot of interceptions. You know, he turns the ball over a lot, but he makes up for it with his mobility. Um, you know, his pocket presence, able to make plays on first down, on short yardage with his legs. You know, throw the ball crazy downfield in crazy positions, drop it in the bucket. Baker Mayfield could be that guy, you know, in the right position. They pay him $4 million, then they sign him to a $30 million contract the next year. That's what I see the Raiders doing, and I see Jackson Dart as a Baker Mayfield type guy. He's got that body, he's got the same mobility, you know, takes chances. You know, he's not a gunslinger like a Cam Ward, who in the NFL that gunslinging mentality is not going to work, bro. I think he's gonna struggle his first year. Dart, I think won't struggle. I think he'd be more NFL ready. I think he's just more mature wise to me though. I heard Brady is taking AOC under his wing. Yes, I heard that too. And that is awesome. I love that fact. Brady Cook looks really good though. Brady Cook did look really good, and he looked good at Missouri. You know, the Missouri had a lot of problems. They were in the top 25. They were out of the top 25. You know, they were ranked in and out of the top 25 all year long because their receivers kept getting hurt, their running backs were getting hurt, their offensive line was getting hurt. I think Brady Cook got hurt and missed some games. I don't think he played the whole season. So, you know, Brady Cook's a damn good quarterback. He can throw on the run. He can make all the throws. He could probably put on a little bit of weight, but you know, to me, he's got that you know, Steve Young type style play. No, he's not left-handed, but you know, Jackson Dart has that Steve Young type style play to me too, where you know they're very smart, they're very intelligent guys. Now, will they get an opportunity to sit behind Joe Montana? Probably not. But you know, a lot of people said Steve Young wasn't going to be that dude and couldn't be a quarterback in the NFL. You know, all that shit they said about Steve Young. Look what he did. So people are just bad judges of character, and it's not about all about the strongest arm or you know athleticism. Sometimes it's right here. Sometimes it's right here and right here. Right. You got to have the mental, and you got to have the heart. You got to be willing to never say die. Fucking attitude. I keep hearing people um, say you can take this guy or that guy at 6 if that's the person to take. If that's the person, take them. I mean, there's guys you could take at 6. I'm saying that. I mean, there is guys, but most of them are going to be, you know, probably taking a chance if the draft goes like a lot of people are saying it's going to go, and only one or two quarterbacks go in the top 5. Then I mean you have a lot more options. But if it goes, I mean, if it goes 1, 2, 3 quarterback, then you have a lot more options at 6, right? But if it doesn't go that route, and say one quarterback goes and the other ones fall, you know, to us, then shit, our options are going to be you know way less, and we might get stuck with a Shador. But you know, I haven't heard anything about Brady saying Shador's our guy, which you know people could say what they want, but if you believe in a guy, damn, say something, right? That's your guy that you mentored, that you trained, that you made a quarterback, pretty much. Like, why wouldn't you be talking about him? So I don't know. I think all that shit's weird. It's crazy to me. Me, what's good? Sounds weird saying that to myself. Um, Rebel, your GM, sign Rogers, draft Dart. What happens with Bradley and AOC? I think you keep AOC in the building. Carter Bradley. I mean, if you keep three quarterbacks on the roster, which I don't know why you would. You have the emergency quarterback you could use now. You can go that route. Um, I don't know what you do with AOC if they bring in Rogers and Dart. Like I said, he might be third string. I mean, second string, because Dart's not going to come in and be be that guy right away. Brady wants guys to sit for a year minimum. He wants guys to learn from a veteran quarterback, learn the system, stay in the system, you know, in the same offensive systems. That's why they signed Chip Kelly to a 3-year deal, right? They want these kids to come in, learn in the same system, and then hopefully maybe there's somebody that could take over in the building, when these guys decide to move on, if they decide to move on. So, if Rodgers comes in, bro, who knows? I mean, it's going to be a battle. And at this point, in Rodgers' age, we don't even know if he could beat Aiden O'Connell out. And I know that's crazy to say, but if you look at their numbers, they are very similar with very similar offensive lines. Um, Aaron Rodgers can't move like he used to, and he can't throw like he used to either. Like he still has a strong arm, but it's not what it used to be. So, I mean, I don't know. It depends. Maybe you bring in Aaron Rodgers and you tell him, hey, you know, you're just going to be a mentor to these guys. We're going to start this kid, and if something happens, you're the guy because we don't want to throw our rookie, in the under the bus. Or maybe they go the other way. We're starting Aaron Rodgers and Aiden, you're the backup, and this dude's just going to sit. I mean, I don't know, but somehow they're going to figure it out. I guarantee you. But no, it doesn't make sense to me to have a Aaron Rodgers and a Jackson Dart, or Aaron Rodgers and Shador, Aaron Rodgers and Cam. It just doesn't make sense to me to go that route and not keep and keep AOC in the building. If you're going that route, then you're already saying Aiden O'Connell is not the guy. And I know he's on a cheap deal, so maybe you keep him or try to trade him. I mean, a very big possibility too. If you said he was on the market, I guarantee you there would be the phone would be ringing. Maxx Crosby got thrown around like a rag doll last year. What's up with them signing for such a high pay? Um, Maxx Crosby was hurt last year, and he does get manhandled by a lot of these offensive tackles when they get their hands on him. That's when they get their hands on him. It's hard to get a hold of Maxx Crosby. He's long. He's fast. He's slender. Um, so it's hard. It's hard to get your hands on that dude. But I don't know. Obviously, they think he's the man. They're trying to win now, and I'm sure there was talks in the building that we're winning a Super Bowl or we're going to the Super Bowl in the next 3 years, or he wouldn't have signed all that money and not had any guaranteed on the last 2 years. That's just my opinion. What about rolling with AOC this year and drafting Archie Manning next year? Again, I'm not mad with rolling at Aiden O'Connell. I think that would be the smartest thing to do if we can't get a quarterback on a decent deal. As far as Archie Manning goes, Archie Manning's like 4 years down the road, bro. Um he's gonna stay in school. Like his parents aren't gonna let him go until he graduates. So that's not even. I don't even know why that kid's name comes up. He was a redshirt freshman last year, I do believe, which means he has 4 or 5 more years eligibility in college. And when you come from a well-to-do family that doesn't need money or doesn't care about money, they care about their son and his education. Like that kid's not coming out early, bro. He's not. I don't see that happening. I just don't see his family letting him come out until he has an education. So, um, good comment though. I appreciate your comment. And yeah, I mean, AOC is definitely an option. Now, 2 months ago, not a commentator in the world would have told you Aiden O'Connell was an option, except for me. but now, everybody's saying, "Oh, what if Aiden O'Connell? What if Aiden O'Connell's that guy?" And nobody's mad at it. Josh Simmons, yes, thank you, Josh Simmons, offensive tackle. Let me start this right here because I gotta go down to the bottom, make sure I'm not. Holy shit! There's a lot of people. Ray Love in the building. Melissa with the 199 sticker. Appreciate you. Um, Tiffany, what's good? What's good? Appreciate you pulling up. Happy birthday! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Melissa, Ray Love, Tiffany. Sorry, I get. I had a feeling I needed to scroll down. I just had a feeling there was more people in the building. Appreciate me. Happy birthday. Crosby Crosby gets doubled all the time. So does everybody else. You don't think Miles Garrett gets doubled all the time? You don't think TJ Watt gets doubled all the time? Like you don't think uh the dude we should have drafted that plays in Micah Parsons, you don't think Micah Parsons get double teamed all the time? You don't think they're constantly bringing it back to chip Micah Parsons or a tight end? You know they're bringing in motion to double him or trying to zone block on him. Come on, man, that's not an excuse in the NFL. That's not an excuse in the NFL. If you're the best and you want to be paid the best, you got to put up the best numbers. And I'm sorry, like I love Maxx Crosby. I love everything he stands for. I love what he does for the community. You can't put a price tag on shit like that, but you can put a price tag on averaging 10 sacks your whole career. That's an average of 10 sacks, right? He has 59.9 or 59.5 sacks in his career in 6 years. That's an average of 10 sacks. You could tell me that's worth the highest paid defensive player or the highest paid player in the NFL that's not a quarterback. To me, that's overpaid. I'm sorry. That's a lot of money, bro. Now, can he live up to that? We will see. But the way he's been injured, um, a season-ending injury this year, he had to have surgery last year on his knee. Like all that shit adds up, bro, and it takes a toll on your body, especially when you play 100% of the snaps constantly. So for his, for what he got, yes, what he does in the community and all that shit. Now, if you're paying Maxx Crosby for what you think he's gonna do, then I understand it. I completely understand it. I'm not mad at that 100% at all. But paying him, um, paying him an extension when he has 2 years left on his contract, and making him the highest paid player in the NFL that's not named, that's not a quarterback is just crazy to me. Now, like I said, I understand they're trying to beat the market because the market's going to go up, and Miles Garrett's demanding a trade, so he's going to go to a team. He's going to get a new contract. You also have Christian Wilkins that's making what 33 mil or some shit this year on his contract. So you know he signed that 160 $140 million contract. You got Christian Wilkins who didn't even play what 3 games, making more money than Maxx Crosby. That's not right, right? So, it's a yes and no. It depends on how you feel about it. Is he worth it? Yes, definitely. If he's healthy, if he's on the grass. But I mean, 10 sacks as a rookie, 7 sacks, 8 sacks, 12 and a half, 14 and a half, down to 7. It, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you pay somebody or give somebody that much money and that much incentives coming off an injury like that. To me, that's just crazy. It's crazy. And in not just the one injury, every year Maxx Crosby plays with the injury. He's hurt every year. And we talk about Nate Hobbs. Don't sign Nate Hobbs. He's hurt. Don't sign Malcolm Kuntz. He missed a whole year. Bro, the same thing with Maxx Crosby. Maxx Crosby's hurt every single year. He has some kind of problem. Now he plays through the problems. Sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes that's a bad thing. Oh my God. I got to go down here again. Gifted one Raider membership. Thank you, Jonah. Appreciate you. Joanna in the building. Joanna. Oh, it comes up on the top? What? Well, hit fire. I'm learning, man. I'm learning. Give me a break. Ray Love in the building. I already said that, right? Melissa with a sticker. Got you. Um, if Arch Manning enters the draft after next year, he won't be ready. Laughing my ass off. The name doesn't mean they're ready. No, there's no way he enters the draft next year. Like, come on, man. He was a backup, dude. He got to play in a couple games. He's not playing in one season. He's not. He's finishing. He's staying in school, dude. I guarantee you. Guarantee you that kid finishes school. See, Rebel, everyone loves you. Oh, how sweet. Thank you. Now I forgot my spot because I had to scroll down. There's a star somewhere on this bitch. Oh, sorry, right there. Wait, did you start that or did I? Cam Ward was the number one recruit coming out of high school. He played in three different systems and was successful in all three. And he's a dog. I mean, I agree. He played at three schools. One was like these small. Come on, bro. You're playing in the smallest conference in a nobody school, and you put up 2,000 yards. That doesn't impress me. That's not impressive. Then you go to Washington State. I mean, who are you playing at Washington State? You have decent numbers. Was it Washington State? Make sure my I don't know, but he goes to whatever school. I think it's Washington State. You know, he goes up there, he puts 2,000 yards, 3,000 yards. That's not great, bro. If you're the number one recruit coming out of high school, shouldn't you go to Washington State and put up like 5,000 yards? I mean, come on, you're not playing against these top defenses in college football, bro. Like, I don't know. And then you go to Miami, and you have one of the best receivers in whatever the hell the dude's name is. I can't remember nobody's name. I'm getting old. I'm 50. Give me a break. Um, um, so you have a guy in Miami that breaks all the records from guys like Michael Irvin and Marvin Harrison. I mean, the list goes on and on, bro. You're killing records over there. So you have a damn good receiver. You have a pretty good school. You're at Miami, but you're not playing, Florida State, you're not playing Alabama, you're not playing Penn State, you're not playing Indiana, you're not playing Notre Dame. Like, you're not playing these top schools that Cam Ward is. I mean, that Jackson Dart is. That Jackson Dart did 3 years in a row, like played these schools and put up numbers against them. So you look at Jackson Dart's numbers, 4,000 yards he put up this year. He also had more rushing yards and more rushing touchdowns, or just as close than Cam Ward, I think, but more rushing yards than both of those quarterbacks. So if you're looking at all the stats and the teams and the competition, you can't say Cam Ward and Shador are better than Jackson Dart. Just can't say it without, I mean, as an opinion, yeah, you can say it with an opinion, but you can't say guaranteed that dude is better. I just don't feel he is. I don't feel he is. Like, Jackson Dart went to USC. I mean, yeah, whatever the fuck, USC, and then homeboy came in and he dipped. He's like, shit, I'm out. I'm not staying here, or whatever the problem was. He wasn't getting his play time, but he produced, and the numbers got better every year he was at Ole Miss. They didn't, there's no lag, no up and downs. He didn't take a lot of sacks. You know, one year he had like 600 and something rushing yards, I do believe, in 2023 in Ole Miss. He ran the football, kind of like they use Riley Leonard in Notre Dame. Don't let him throw the ball, make him run more because he's athletic. So I don't know. I don't know. I just don't. I don't see from the tape I've watched, the film I've watched, like I don't see Cam Ward or Shador being better than Jackson Dart. I just don't see it. And really, I mean, really, you could say Tyler Shuck, the way he throws on the run and his mobility and moves around. I mean, I don't really see those dudes being better than them either at all. Like Kyle McCord. I mean, Kyle McCord played at Ohio. His numbers weren't great, but then he goes to Syracuse. The same thing Cam did. Shador did. Went to a team that was falling apart, that hadn't won in years in Syracuse. They go 10-3, takes them to a bowl game, and they beat Cam Ward. I mean, come on. To me, Cam's not that dude. I respectfully respect your opinion, but that shit, no. Shador Sanders screams Canadian football. That's crazy. Rebel, our inability to sign free agents uh, at curtain positions affect how we draft based on roster spots. Yes, it does 100%. But I think that's all in the past, bro. We are going to be a way better drafting team. Pete Carroll doesn't go crazy in the draft. He never really has. He's traded a lot of draft picks around. He's moved up to get his guy. We have 10 picks. I can see us using 6 of those picks to, stay in the third round. We might not even pick in the fourth, fifth, or sixth round. Getsily probably talked them out of getting Fields. I don't know. Fields wouldn't come here because of Getsy. I'm sure. He already knows the dude ruined his career. He's not going to try it again. Dart reminds me a little of JJ McCarthy. Strong arm, tough kid on the run, throws well on a platform, but I don't think he's processes speed in NFL. Um, the NFL forces upon young quarterbacks yet tends to take off. I agree with that. I agree with that. But I think JJ McCarthy. I don't know. I think JJ McCarthy is more ready than people believed. I think he could have came in and started last year and had the numbers that not the numbers that Jaden Daniels had, but I think he could have had the numbers that Bo Nix had um and the number one pick. Like, I mean, I don't know. I think he looked damn good in preseason. I think JJ McCarthy's sitting a year. He's gonna shock a lot of people, right? He's definitely gonna be NFL ready. And I wouldn't mind if Dart sat. I mean, I definitely feel like I said, all these quarterbacks need to sit. They all need to sit and learn the NFL system, learn the speed, learn the processing. It's not going to hurt them. Not going to hurt them one bit. But I don't know. I think JJ McCarthy is a little bit better than Jackson Dart. I think he has a stronger arm. I think he, I think he sees the field better, if that makes sense. Like if if there's a guy spying or playing zone, Jackson Dart sometimes might miss that guy or might miss that linebacker creeping over, but a lot of times he sees that guy and he'll pump fake or look that way to get the linebacker going that way. So I don't know. I think JJ McCarthy was a lot younger than Bo Nix, and I mean, and JJ McCarthy, look where he went. So I wouldn't be mad at taking Dart at 6, dude. I wouldn't at all, at all. The whole Tom Brady shoulder narrative has been forced by the mainstream media and the fans. The kid said it himself. He trained with him once and goes back to that same video listening to it. Exactly, exactly. I said that too. Oh, nah, damn phone. You tell me I can't read, but then you give me sentences like that, and I got to try to, mix match on the fly. Fuck, bro. If Rodgers goes anywhere, he's the starter. They're not going to bench a Hall of Fame quarterback. I know. I mean, I'm just saying. I know. Okay, Rebel. Sorry, I got kicked again. I thought you ended your live. Why you keep getting kicked? What the fuck? I'm saying if Jackson Dart is your guy, then take him at 6. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Through it, Rebel. I've been watching. Just busy, but I'm listening. Ray Love, appreciate you, appreciate you. And Crosby gets doubled all the time. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Thank you all. See everyone loves me. I got to that. Arch Manning. Melissa with the 3.99 super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate the love. Y'all are great. Y'all are the best chat in the world. Shout out. Y'all killing it tonight. I appreciate y'all. Would keep ALC to run the field and get teased after kickoff. Bro, AOC Lawrence, were you not out here when I did the breakdowns of AOC to all these quarterbacks? Nah, Rebel, you've been steering that Aiden O'Connell ship. Bro, Aiden, I can't help it, man. I can't help it. The man just showed he can play the position to me, bro. Um, at Unleashing Addiction and Jonah. What is that? Joanna, Joanna. Um, there's got to be a plan set market for Garrett. Make offered for what Garrett? Miles Garrett or Garrett Wilson? They're gonna overpay for him. They're gonna overpay for him for sure. Who got the Joanna membership? Why did my screen leave? Welcome, welcome, the newest member. Newest member to the family. The family is growing today. I love it. I love it. Appreciate y'all. Need to grow this family. Mwah. I think he needs to rotate when it's time. Oh. Congratulations. Yeah, I think when somebody gifts it's just a random, so you can't pick or whatever. I don't know. I was kind of not talking about not paying Max Crosby. Not this early. He still had 2 years on his contract, bro. He still had 2 years on his contract. He's averaging 10 sacks a game. Now, like I said, you could talk about the pressures and the tackles for loss, but where's that got us in the playoffs? Where's that got us win wise? Like these other defensive ends that they're paying $35 million, they help their team win games. They're forcing fumbles, they're getting interceptions, like they're doing all that shit except for, putting pressure on guys that get away from you and throw touchdowns for 100 yards. I love Max Crosby. I'm not saying he's not worth it. I'm just saying, 10 sacks a season, averaging, being the highest paid player over, even over Chris Jones from Kansas City that has three chips, four chips. Like that's wild to me, bro. That's wild. Um, the bestest person to give it to. Oh, y'all are so nice. Did Cam Ward or Sanders win a bowl game this year? No, no, they did not. But Riley Leonard won a couple of them. He sure did. Riley Leonard won a couple of them, and if they would have let Riley Leonard pass the flipping ball and not run the ball the whole first half, if they would have just cut him loose, Ohio State would have lost that championship. I'd be willing to put money on it, which you can't now, but I would have been willing to put money in it. In the second half, they let Riley Leonard throw the ball, and they started to come back. Like they scored 2 touchdowns, and they should have had 3 touchdowns, but the stupid ass coach decided to go for it, or yeah, kick the field goal instead of go for it on fourth down from the 3 yard line, which they were right there. They didn't let Riley Leonard run the ball one time on those plays, and Riley Leonard has been their biggest running back besides Love, making plays all year long in key situations on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. They went for it all the time, but they get down in the red zone and their coach doesn't even let Riley Leonard one time from the 5 yard line, run the ball once. So they would have won that game, in my opinion. Riley Leonard brought them back, and they definitely would have won that game. They had Ohio State on the ropes. Like their defense fell apart in the second half because Riley Leonard took over. He was like, I'll run the ball, pass the ball, whatever you want me to do, coach. Just give me the ball. Kyle McCord outplayed Cam Ward in the Syracuse and Miami game, and I think that's why they pulled. I truly believe that's why they pulled Cam Ward. They might have had that plan in place, but usually when they have a plan in place to pull a guy in the second half and not let him play in a bowl game, that shit's in the media everywhere, right? Everybody knows about it. Nobody knew about him not playing in the second half. They pulled him in the second half because they were like, bro, this dude on the other side over here, Kyle McCord, is showing you up, and you might not be a number one pick if you keep playing this game. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, it could be. Why would you take him out? Oh, we don't want him to get hurt. No, but you want to win bowl games, right? Your team gets paid for that. You get money for your school. Like, why would you not want to win a bowl game and sit him down? That didn't make no sense. And the fact that he was cool with it and wasn't, maybe he wasn't cool with it, but I'm sorry. If I'm playing in a bowl game and my team, that I played with for years, and my guys on my team are losing and they need me, I'm not sitting on the bench for nobody, dude. Coach, bullshit. I'm going out there as soon as I can. Like I'm telling the backup quarterback, bro, They said get out, like whatever you got to do. But coach put me in. Like there is no damn way, you know, first round pick or no first round pick, that I'm gonna sit there and let my boys lose and me sit there and watch on the sideline when I feel I can control the game and I have they have a better chance of winning with me out there. That I'm not doing that shit, bro. Ain't hell no. Yeah, they were losing. He didn't want to play in the bowl game. That's what I said. Kyle McCord showing him up, yo. The most slept on quarterback in this draft is Dylan Gabriel. Bro, come on. Riley Leonard is way better than Dylan Gabriel. I'm telling you, way better. Now, unless Dylan Gabriel got some, upper management upstairs news in his little headpiece that said, throw the ball like shit and act like you've never played this position before, then I can agree with you, right, Cowtown. But come on, man. I agree with a lot of shit you say, but you're not changing my mind on Dylan Gabriel. Now, I did say I was starting to change my mind on the way he passes and shit like that. But after the combine, in front of all those people, when you got no pressure in your face and it's just one on one. Now I know it's not timing with the receivers and all that shit, but all those guys had to go through the same shit he did, and he looked awful, dude. He looked awful. His passes were horrible. They were high. They were behind guys. The timing was ridiculous. You can't get away with that shit in the NFL. And no, so no, I'm out on Dylan Gabriel. Um, Curtis Rourke is very slept on if you want a pocket passer, and the guy is athletic also. I wish he would have. I don't know why didn't he throw in the combine? What is that shit? Doesn't he have everything to gain? Like he's not even being talked about as a number one prospect. Does he not care? Like why would you not? I mean, I guess he was in the playoffs, so but Riley Leonard played farther than him. So I don't. I mean, I don't know why Curtis Rourke didn't play. Is he nursing an injury? Does somebody know? He was the number one star recruit, right? To be clear. Oh shit, here we go. To be clear, I wasn't saying he's as good as McCarthy. Um, just that's who I compared him to. I think McCarthy is better and could have started and shocked the league last year. Definitely, definitely. And I mean, I think he's up there with McCarthy. Definitely. I just think, McCarthy had a better coach than Jim Harbaugh. Now, nothing against Lane Kiffin, but except for the years he had in Vegas. That's the only thing I got against him for sure. I don't have a problem taking Dart at 6. Like again, we broke down I broke it down. Go watch the video Monday. Was it Monday? What's today? Thursday? I believe Monday. I think it was Monday. Monday's video. I broke down all the first round picks over the since 2010, where they fall, where they are now, where they were drafted, who moved up for them, all that shit, bro. Aiden O'Connell is right there with all those guys. He's had better years than I don't. It was like 10 guys or 15 guys that were drafted higher than him. He's already in the 17 games he's played in had a better year than they had in their first 17 games. Then I also broke down Geomex. What's good, my guy? Appreciate you. Didn't see you. I also broke down yesterday or the day before. Yeah, I didn't come on live yesterday. The day before, I broke down every starting quarterback in the NFL, their stats compared to Aiden O'Connell's stats. We were trying to figure out, was he a top 25, a top 20 quarterback, where he ranked. And Arnie Garza had him ranked 24th. I had him somewhere at, it depends because there were some guys that he was better than, but they had, more touchdowns rushing, more yards rushing, and it's kind of hard to say, a pocket passer is better than a dual threat. So I had him somewhere, same thing, in the 20s, top 20s. But if you put a run game around them, are the running the offensive line that these quarterbacks had that were ranked B plus, A plus, which 15 of the top quarterbacks in the NFL had a B plus or higher rated offense. The Raiders offensive line was rated a D all year except for the last 8 games that it went up a little bit. So I think he could be that guy. It just depends on what's up. Win now means Raiders need skilled, smart, experienced leader, and that rules out 90% of the current quarterbacks available. But does it really? Does it really? Because we don't know. Like Baker Mayfield, like Sam Darnold, like Geno Smith, who's been in the league for 12 years. You know, shit, we don't know. We don't know if these guys were in the wrong system, if they had the wrong players around them, the wrong coaches around them. So, for a lot of these guys, their skills and their experience might be more than what we know. Same with Aiden O'Connell that we've talked about a million times. We don't know what this dude is until he gets that full chance. And you could say the same thing about a lot of teams. I mean, Zach Wilson, yeah, you can look at his record. I talked about his interceptions to touchdown ratio, but you can also look at the teams he played for with the Jets, the coaches he had, the offensive line he had, the receivers, the defense. All those things play a part, man. There's really no way to pay 98. What? Cowtown, now you're crazy, bro. That's just crazy. You could think it was a lot of money, but it's not just the numbers. Yeah, on the sheet, it's being paid. He's a leader in the building. First one in, last one out. Now that's debatable. Aiden O'Connell has been reported to be the first one in the building and the last one out numerous times. So who's telling the truth? Is it the young man Aiden O'Connell? Because I've heard Maxx Crosby say on his podcast that when he gets there, Aiden O'Connell has already been in the building numerous times. He said he's had to get up earlier and made it a competition to beat Aiden O'Connell in the building. So, I mean, I just had to prove that out there. But yeah, I know Maxx Crosby is the first one in, the last one to leave. I get it. What he does in the community, what he does for the players around him, bringing these guys to dinner, to luncheons, to build a camaraderie. You can't put a price tag on that. And I said that earlier. Go back and watch the beginning if you weren't here. I said it was a question: was he overpaid or not? And you could say he was, and you could say he wasn't. Now, the way the contract works, I went over the way the contract works. And after reading the contract and the way that it works, he gets a bunch of money this year. It goes down every year. And then there's two more, the last 2 years of his contract, they're not guaranteed. So what that tells me is if we don't win the Super Bowl in the next 3 years, and when Pete Carroll retires or doesn't, sign an extension, if we're not winning, Maxx Crosby's going to another team because he's going to have no guaranteed money for the next 2 years. So basically, we signed him for 3 years. And yes, I feel he does need to prove what he can do because the last year he was hurt. All we hear talk about is how he wants to be the best, how he wants to be the greatest, how he wants the gold jacket. That's all you hear come out of his mouth, and that's all you heard come out of Devontae Adams' mouth. You know, I hold myself above a higher standards. Their standards aren't to my level. Like we heard all that shit, and it's starting to get the same with Maxx Crosby. I get you want to be great. We all know it. Don't talk about it. Fucking be about it, bro. That's where I'm at this point. I'm so sick of hearing Maxx Crosby every fucking interview say how great he wants to be, how great he wants to be, where he wants to be at the top. Bro, we know this already. Talk about something else. Talk about how many sacks you're going to have or, how many fucking plays you're going to have or who you're going to bring in to help us make it to the playoffs because to be great, to be up there with that upper echelon, it doesn't mean shit if your team's not making it to the playoffs. You can see he should have been defensive player of the year or been at least in a running when he had 14 and a half sacks. Now there was guys that had more sacks. He should have been in that conversation, but he wasn't because he was on an ass team. Now, if your team is ass constantly, you're never going to be in that talk of being the greatest of all time. I'm sorry. It's going to be overlooked because the greatest of all time guys, you know, turn franchises around. Look at Reggie White, bro. The Packers weren't shit until Reggie White went there and boom, they're in the playoffs, you know, they're in the Super Bowl. Like those are franchise guys that turn shit around. Now, is Maxx Crosby that guy? Yes, he could easily go to another team and turn that shit around. But the 6 years that he's been here, we have no playoff victories. We've made it to the playoffs one time. Like, to me, that's not worth being the highest paid defensive lineman in history. Like, or not in history, but the highest paid player that's not a quarterback in history. That's wild to me. You can be great, but you can also be great or want to be great without fucking constantly telling everybody, dude. That shit is annoying. I'm so sick of hearing that from Raider players. There, I. Same with Shador in his interviews. I took a team. I came in. I took a team that was nothing and got them to a bowl game. I took a Jackson State team that was won one game. There's no I in team, bro. Like that shit just irritates the shit out of me. So is he worth the money? Yes, he's definitely worth the money. But we just added, $10 million on a contract this year, $10 million on a contract next year, and then 30 something $1 million, 30 something million again. Like you have to perform to put up those numbers. I'm sorry. Like you don't get paid that money not putting up those numbers. There's guys that are putting up those numbers that are making that money, like, consistently every year. Miles Garrett, like I said, over 10, 12 sacks, I think over 12 every single year. Now he's on a shit team that hasn't made the playoffs. You can say the same thing, but he's made that team better consistently. Maxx Crosby's made the Raiders better, but we also won 2 games without Maxx Crosby. So what does that say? The only thing that matters is film. None of that shit matters, bro. Keep it real. I mean, yeah, film matters. Film matters, but you can also look at film with Maxx Crosby and say out of 100 pressures he gets in 2 years, how many of those are big plays? A lot, a lot. I was watching it last night and the night before. I went back and watched a couple games this year, and I'm like, holy shit, dude! Maxx Crosby in the backfield, unstoppable, turns into a 25-yard pass. Maxx Crosby in the backfield, unstoppable. The quarterback slips away, turns into a 60-yard touchdown. Like you don't see that with these other guys. When TJ Watt and Miles Garrett get in the backfield, they're crushing guys, bro. They're destroying guys, taking penalties. They don't give a shit. Like so. I mean, I don't know. To me, you don't if you're the best, you show you're the best, and then you get paid the best. Now, I know they hype him up and say he's the best, but again, we can go back and you can look at stats, you can look at how long he's been in the game. Again, 100% of the snaps, but you have 20-30% less than the guys that have 20%, 25% less snaps than you. That's to me, that's wild. Like I mean, I don't know. I said the same thing though with Jordan Love. Like the guy sat on the bench for 3 years, had one good year. They signed him to a $200 million contract. To me, that's just crazy, crazy shit. Sam Darnold's going to get the same thing. Like I don't know. 10, 3 out of 6 years, you had double figure sacks. Shouldn't be the highest paid player in the NFL, not being a quarterback. Like, you don't think Justin Jefferson deserves more money than Maxx Crosby? How many touchdowns does he put up a game? Like, how much does he disrupt a game on the you can't control that guy. You can't stop him. So I don't know. To me, that's just crazy. Like when you have that many holes on the team and you're giving a guy that's already under contract $10 million more, what does that say for the guys in the building? Like Adam Butler that played last year for under $2 million or whatever it was, some crazy low number, just because he wanted to be a Raider. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It makes no sense. You can't put great Super Bowls in the same category as highest paid player. Like fucking, doesn't work that way. Tom Brady took less money every year. Every year was like, no, no, I don't need that. I don't need that. Give it to somebody else because he wanted better players around him. You can't take away from a team by taking money, out of their mouths and then bitch about the quality of players you have around you. That it just makes no sense to me, bro. Max always says legendary. He should stop that. That's all he talks about. He's not Kobe Bryant. He's not fucking Kobe Bryant, dude. He's not Michael Jordan. Those dudes had rings. They had rings in their first fucking year, second year. They were champions. You know what I mean? Like, and I know the NFL's a different story. You have 22 players instead of 5 on the fucking court. There's a big difference. But yes, your work ethic is there. Nobody's questioning your heart, your work ethic, character, none of that shit, dude. Max Crosby's the greatest, the hardest worker in the history of the fucking NFL. But when it gets to the field, bro, it's not enough to be the highest paid guy, is all I'm saying. Like that's crazy to me. That's just I don't know. With no playoff wins, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I It's nothing against Max Crosby, dude. It's nothing against Max Crosby at all. But again, you those pressures, dude. I've seen fucking so many times. I'm like, oh shit, when it's third and fucking 15, right? Here comes Max Crosby in for a big play. It's gonna be a sack. No, the quarterback spins out. Max Crosby goes 20 yards past him, and it's a fucking 60-yard touchdown play. like but he got counted as a pressure, right? It shows up on PFF stats as a pressure. Like, no, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I want him to be a Raider. I want him to be a Raider for life. Like, come on, man. Shit, we got matching tattoos. Like, mine's better, but you know what I mean? Like, shit, I want Max Crosby to be here forever, but at what price, bro? At what price? Now, I'm not gonna say the scenarios that could make this a bad deal, but there's a million scenarios, right? Come on, he got hurt in the third game last year, played the rest of the game, the rest of the season through it. Like he's been hurt every single year, plays through that shit. 2 season surgeries. Like, is he Superman? I sure the fuck hope so at that price. That's all I'm saying. Like, I hope he is Superman. I hope he really is a machine because dude, like you have to be, right? You have to be. You constantly talk about wanting to be the great, you're up there, you're definitely up there in those talks. But now you just put more pressure on yourself than ever. And maybe he likes the pressure, maybe he wants to be in to have the pressure on him to, make him perform better. Maybe it helps him. I don't know. It always helped me. I love being under pressure, but why put that much pressure on yourself to get this contract, to get all this money, and then you know the bro, like I went shopping yesterday. Talk is still cheap. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the motto I live by my whole fucking life. So you can say you want to do something, you could say you want to be this and you could be that, but man, until it happens, all that shit was just hearsay, right? And just talk. And I agree, he's gonna be up there. He's gonna be one of the greats. He might have to go to another team to do it. He might, shit, we might win a Super Bowl this year, and then bam, all this talk changes, and the contract was completely worth it, right? I mean, he could be the MVP of the league this year. Or you could trade Malcolm Kuntz, and he can go have a better year than Max Crosby. Then what? Then what? Then what? Then you made a stupid ass decision. You know what I mean? Because Malcolm Kuntz, we don't know shit about, right? He got no playtime, a couple snaps here and there. He didn't even get playtime until Antonio Pierce took over. And when he got on the grass and became a starter, he had eight sacks in half a season, bro. Like, come on, come on. There's seasons where Max had Crosby's had 7 sacks, 8 sacks in a complete season. So to say you can't pay, not paying a dude like Malcolm Kuntz is crazy, bro. Like this could turn out to be the greatest signing ever, or it could turn out to be, backfire and be one of the stupidest decisions we've ever made because some fluke fucking shit happens. I mean, you never know. You never know. Um, this is me. Is that MFer? What? There is a me in that MFer? No, I don't know, bro. Something. As soon as I saw Crosby and Davis were besties, I knew the day would come that Crosby would make history in his wallet, right? Davis like Sanders, so I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders move up to number two. I mean, I'm not gonna be surprised. I'm not gonna be surprised, bro. I've been a Raider fan 50 years now. Today, I don't know if that's something to cheer for or not, but I've been a Raider fan 50 years, man. So like nothing they can do, and I mean nothing. Taking Brock Bowers, falling at 13 when you need a quarterback, um, drafting fucking Alex Leatherwood or Damon Arnett or um, I mean shit, I don't know, letting Trayvon Mullins go before he even got a chance to do shit after an injury. Like, I mean, nothing surprises me with the Raiders, bro. So if they moved up to number two, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be mad for a long time, and you're gonna see me on YouTube probably getting banned because I'm gonna be yelling, screaming, cussing. I'm gonna be throwing a fucking temper tantrum like a little bitch on here because there's no way we should have moved up for a guy when we already had that spot locked up. Like it just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Um, they're going to keep Koontz now. Max already set for life money wise. I mean, that's another thing. That's another fucking thing. Bro, you're already set. Your kids, their kids, their kids, their kids, and their kids are set for life, bro. And you can't tell me you don't care about money. All you care about is winning in championships. You know how you get rings and championships? You give up that fucking money to pay other people so we can win games. You give up that money so you can bring in Sam Darnold if you think that's a due for 40 million. Like, come on, man. It just shit don't make sense, bro. It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. To me, I would be like, if it was me, just me, and this is just how I roll. Like, if it was me, and they said, "Hey, we're going to give you this contract," I'd be like, "No, bro. All I wanted was guaranteed money this year. So my contract was 25. Give me fucking 10 mil guaranteed. Keep that contract. Give me 10 mil guaranteed next year. Give me some incentives so I can make some more money and roll with that. And then in the 2 years, we'll work on another contract because I know we need players and we have a salary cap. So there's no reason to give me 10 million this year, 10 million that next year. Like it's no reason for that shit. No reason. No reason at all. When you could use that money to re-sign the guys that you want. Malcolm Kuntz, Adam Butler, the guys that you go to bat for that you say need to be on this team. Like, bring those dudes in, but help help bring those dudes in, right? Make it so there's enough money where you can bring those dudes in and afford to bring those dudes in. That's all I'm saying. You're set for life, bro. You don't need the money. It's not gonna make you or break you. I I mean, who the fuck needs $25 million in a lifetime, let alone a season? I mean, I know you put your life on the line, your body's on the line. Um, they're brain dead and beat up and shit when they get out of the league, and a lot of them turn to vegetables. They take a lot of abuse, but that's the life they choose, bro. It's like a firefighter, and and cops that get shot in the line of duty. But I mean, that's the life you choose. You can't put a price tag on that shit or blame other people. Like, the money thing is ridiculous. It's got crazy in the NFL. I mean, you got dudes that people that build houses and buildings and shit for people to live in that make chicken scratch that can't even pay their bills, and then you got people that are in an entertainment business that just wipe their ass with $100 bills and throw money away that they don't know what to do with. um it's crazy. We won't need to move up for Sanders. Latest poll has him falling all the way to the 20s. Wow. I'm gonna call bullshit on that. I mean, not bullshit on what you're reporting, but whoever reported that latest poll, one I saw shows him at 41. That man, I don't know where they're going with this Shador shit, and I don't know how I've been on here 3 hours. Damn it. Um, fuck, no wonder my kid left without me. Uh, he's not falling to the 20s, dude. He He's not. He's that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't care about his character, his attitude, and I've been the main one that was saying this shit before any of these reporters came out and reported this shit. Before he had any meetings, I never interviewed a kid. I've never met him. I never talked to him. All I did was see the interviews, and I could tell by the way he talks, the way he carries himself, the way he answers questions, that he was just a cocky, arrogant dude. And that's nothing against people. Like I'm a cocky, arrogant ass dude too. Like I always been. I was when I was younger. Not so much that I'm older because I got nothing to be cocky about. But I mean, shit. When I was younger, I was that dude too. Everybody is when they're young. But I mean, that's that shouldn't matter, right? Character does matter the most in the NFL, and especially when you're going to big cities like Chicago, like New York, like Las Vegas. These cities that never sleep. Character is an issue. Character is an issue, and if you're acting like you don't care in a meeting, or people are thinking like you don't give a shit, you're not looking them in the eye when you're talking. Like people just feel like you're ignoring them. That's going to look bad for any job interview, especially the NFL. Now, on the other hand, you could say Shador is doing that shit because he don't want to go to these teams, right? Maybe he has two or three teams in his mind that he wants to play for, and he don't want to play for anybody else. And maybe, you know, he's going to do what I said Jaden Daniels should have did last year. And I got smashed in the comment section last year when I said Jaden Daniels, if he really wants to be a Raider, he will throw the combine. And by that, I meant, go in there, be a cocky dude, be like, shit, my shit don't stink. I'm gonna answer all your questions, stupid. And maybe teams would have passed on him, but they didn't do that. Maybe they heard my shit last year. Maybe Sanders is doing that now. I don't know. It could happen, but that's crazy, dude. For Shador to for anybody to even say he's fallen to the 20s, which I mean, if they go, Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, second quarterback of the draft, then I could see, him falling to the 20s because there's not a team in there that needs him, but there's a team that's in there that's willing to take a shot. I promise you that. Like they're crazy if they don't. As much as I think he's not a first round caliber starter in the NFL, that he needs work, he's still the top 3 quarterbacks in this draft, easy. And salute to my guy, New England Raider Booster. Y'all go follow him if you don't already. Um, Nice to see you out of timeout. You were in timeout, New England. What happened? My guy Jeff. LOL. Yes. Stupid chugs butt. What? You got in timeout, Jeff? The fuck? Wait, don't leave because I gotta do something while you're here. My guy. I just want. Sweet. I've been wanting to do that for a minute. You should be the moderator now, Jeff. It took me a minute to figure it out. Um. So what? If we don't take Shador at 6, Jets take him. I could see the Jets moving up. I could see the Jets moving up to take him in a heartbeat. Like I said, I could see a team like the Colts moving up. Um, I could even see a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers if they can't work out a deal to keep Justin Fields in the building. Maybe they go with Russell Wilson, the veteran, and they move up to get a quarterback in the draft for the future. Maybe they start preparing. Oh, shit. Maybe they start preparing for their future. Like the Steelers haven't been one of those teams to move up in the draft. Mike Tomlin, he's on the ropes. So there's been a lot of questions about him last year being the coach. A lot of people are kind of done with him. He's been there a long time. They make the playoffs, but they ain't doing shit. Which, as a Raider fan, I don't know how you could be mad at that. I'd be happy just to make the playoffs. Like, I'd be happy making the playoffs every year. I mean, I wouldn't be happy losing in the first round, but I'd be happy making the playoffs. Um, they are nicer than me. I hate him. Played as a UDF. LOL. I know you hate his character, but his game speaks for itself, bro. If you need a pocket passer that's gonna kill you with his, with his release, um, once he has the decision, that's the problem I have with him. Is once he decides where he wants to go, he has a quick release, but it's just getting to that process of where he wants to throw the ball. Dude, I'll never knock Shador Sanders' game. His dad's a Hall of Famer, bro. Like he has that gene in him. It's just the person I don't like. It has nothing to do with his game whatsoever. I wouldn't mind him being on the Raiders if he was a different person. No, I'm just kidding. Like, no, I think that I wouldn't mind him being a Raider either. I think being in Vegas could do two things. It can make him or break him, right? It can humble him, or he could be that Henry Ruggs dude out clubbing, out speeding and doing that shit he's never done before. That's never been in his character. But Vegas could do crazy things to a man. Shit, I lived there 20 years, so I know. Um, End up losing a marriage and a family and all kinds of shit because of Vegas. So, yeah, I know what Vegas could do to a man, even a strong man. It can't happen. But football wise, the kid's a beast, bro. He just gotta learn to be a little bit more humble, have a little bit of humility. What my guy Gio say. Um, I hope the Jets do take him. I hope the Jets move up to take him. I hope they do. Yeah, on Mitch Renz. What? Oh, you got a timeout on Mitchell Renz's show? Well, at least you didn't get blocked from. I won't say that shit. I ain't trying to start no shit, but yeah, man, to block somebody on X because they made a comment that you didn't like is some bitch shit, bro. That's all I'm saying. And no, it wasn't Mitchell Renz, but somebody did. But that's crazy though. You got timed out. I'm gonna time you out right now, Jeff. I think Mike Tomlin is a top tier, just in my opinion. He is top tier. But there comes a time when you need to change the scenery, bro. You need to change the pace, right? You got to move on from shit. So, I mean, I don't know. Could he retire there? Yeah, but is it the people around him? Is it the ownership not giving him what he needs? I don't know. Is it the general manager? Like they haven't drafted very good lately. Um, they somehow, because of his coaching ability, make the playoffs, but their personnel is never a team that's going to compete. Jack Kenna, what's good, my guy? Appreciate you in the building. Who is Mike Tomlinson? Oh, I don't know. Mike Tomlin is what he means. Steelers. Steelers. Um, Rebel salute, my brother. Long overdue, but here. Appreciate you, Jack. Appreciate you. Yeah, the Steelers head coach. Hope all is well, my friend. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Always going good. Glad to have you in the building. I like Sanders. I would love to have him to develop, but not at 6. This year's draft is make it or break it uh, for a win now coaching staff. I mean, we're in Vegas. It's a crapshoot. Yeah, by Mitch himself. All right, Jeff. I have to know. What did you say? What did you do to get timed out on the Mitchell Wren show? Or what is it? Chat Sports? Whatever you call that shit. Mike Tom. Yeah, my bad. Got you. Finally found you and subbed, bro. Wait, all this time you haven't been subbed to my channel? Jack Kenna. Well, at least you did it on my 50th birthday, right? I mean, shit. It's only been a year and 3 months I've been on YouTube. I appreciate you, Jack. I don't know why it's taking you so long. What the hell happened? Um, I had a blast talking to you over the years, draft all the way through. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It has been fun. I'm glad you finally found me. I appreciate you. I was wondering why you never in my chats, bro. I was starting to get, offended. I was like, damn, Jack Kenner goes in everybody's shit but mine. Uh, I just repeated something someone said about Chugs, and he put me in timeout. That's fucked up. Appreciate the sub. Appreciate the sub, me. That's crazy, bro. I bust Chugs balls about being a Texan, giving him input on Raiders players and topics. That's fucked up, man. Yeah, you would think with all those people that come through that chat, having 1,000 people in your live, and that shit rolling the way it does, that you wouldn't even see people, most people's comments. But to kick them out of the chat or the fucking timeout, that's funny shit. Jeff probably talked about AOC when Mitch doesn't like AOC. I think I'm blocked from that channel too, though. I don't know. I commented one time, and I don't think anybody liked it. Happy birthday, um, Michael Huff. He secured a win against the Giants 2011, the day after Al Davis passed away. It's Michael Huff's birthday today too. Shit, wow. I'll share a birthday with a lot of Raiders. That's tight. But yeah, I do remember that. Hmm, nice. So ready for the season. Um, they both Can I pin that in the chat? I need to pin that shit up there. Well, how come it's different colors? Oh, you are a mod. Cool. Nice. Hell yeah. All right, that's the second time in 3 weeks they did that to me. Just stop going on there, bro. Stop supporting that shit. I wouldn't even go on there. Like, I wouldn't support a channel if they're just gonna keep kicking me. That's some bullshit. That's, what a world, right? You can't you can't even state your opinion in a live YouTube chat without getting blocked. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Rebel, far from a fact that I can keep up with everyone's comments when I stream. Yeah, but I mean, well, yeah, but that dude got like 1,000, sometimes 2,000 people in there. That is crazy. That's crazy. I can't read that fast. Rebel, I don't know, bro. I jumped in. I jump in what pops up in front of me. Glad we can connect. Well, I'm glad YouTube's finally pushing my shit because they haven't been pushing it for a long time. James Furpo in the building. My guy, what's good? You see tape of Mike Oxmell. Looks like an impact player. Um, no, but I'll write that name down because I am always down to do tape on some dudes that can help our team for sure. Burp, 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 burp in the building. All right. All right. So who? What else? Let's see. Peanuts. What the fuck? I'm sorry to bring that shit up, but I heard the timeout live. Wait. But I heard the timeout live, and I saw the show last night about OGs being put in the corner. That's funny shit. Oh, I'm about to start putting people in the corner. Fucking go to your hole. Go to your hole. Timeout. Like, shit makes no sense. All right, man. Well, I appreciate everybody pulling up on my birthday, celebrating with me. It's been 3 hours. I got to get off here. I got to get some, cook my own birthday steak. But hey, I get to eat steak on my birthday. So, nah, but for real, I got to get off here, make dinner and shit. Got to go help my nephew move out. Damn, that sucks. Good luck with that, man. Good luck with that for sure. Yeah. So again, hit that like button, like, subscribe. As always, if you want to become a member to the channel, the link was pinned in. Oh yeah, it's still pinned in there. Nope, that's my cash app. I don't know. Well, shit. I can only pin one link at a time. So you got to go find it yourself. No, I'm just kidding. It's on my channel. Right? Raiders. Raiders. Uh, been kicked off Stuart Stagger's channel twice. Kicked off Mount Shieldmore. Jack, how do you get kicked off of there? You're not allowed to have opinions, bro. If you go against anything they say in the, what do you want to call it? The upper class of YouTube, fucking shit. Um, yeah, bro, it's bullshit. So hey, if you're tired of getting dumped on, tickle that notification. It likes it. It turns it on to be notified when I drop new content, when I go live. We're always chill here. You could say whatever the fuck you want in my channel. It doesn't matter. Unless you talk about my mom or my family, I might come find you, but you ain't getting kicked. So unless you're crazy extreme and you're, fucking with the whole chat where everybody's just tired of hearing you, then you might get timed out. But it's never happened yet. So and it won't happen, bro. Like you can come in here and tell me I'm wrong. Um, like my guy, I'm not bueno, dude. Come in, call me Raider D. Told me I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about, and I was always wrong. But then realized that was somebody else, right? Didn't get kicked. He's still in there. So I don't do that shit, bro. I ain't banning nobody. I'm a grown man. We all know it's my birthday. I turned 50 today. Like I got better things to do than to time out people in the chat because they hurt my feelings or because they have better takes than me. It's like shit. I want your better takes. I want to know what y'all think. Unfortunately, none of y'all come in here and give me none. No, I'm just fucking with y'all for real though. um uh Shit, they kicked me once also making fun of his voice at a point. Mitchell Rent sent me a PM on Instagram. What the fuck? What did he say? Stop playing. Stop playing, dude. Dude, I can't get them to do shit. All they do is block me. It's crazy as fuck. I'm a motherfucking Raider for life, right? See, that's what I'm saying. You can do that shit in here until they frown on it and YouTube hits me up. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. Um, I like Stu, but I don't like when the staph infection is a guest and takes over everyone's live like it was his. Damn. Is that what he does? He takes over everybody's lives? He was supposed to come on my channel, bro. Hey, if you're listening, Stu, or if you get this shit. So, nah, I'm gonna put him on blast like that. But yeah, my guy was gonna come on. I know he had problems with his mom's. We talked a little bit on Instagram, and then he just blocked me. So I'm sure it had something to do with his buddy that he hangs out with, and not and not anything else. But it's all good, dude. Rebel, I gotta go. Jack Ken, appreciate you, my guy. I'm getting off here too. I'm just trying to read all these chats of my people. Chat lives matter. I don't want my peeps to feel left out. Not my fans. I say fans, my family. That's what I meant. Um, what'd they say? I'll hop on a live stream with you, bro. Yeah, sure. Come back on, dude. I'll be on tomorrow, Kena. If you want to pull up, I'll put the link in, or follow me on Instagram. It's Raiders Rebel. It's very simple. or hit me up on X. It's RaidersRebel_. So if anybody else wants to hit me up, message me, come on the show, let me know. Shit, we'll schedule it. We'll pull you up. I don't have a problem at all. Why didn't you let anyone go live with you? I don't know, because I was on short screen, and I don't know. We'll do we'll do a live tomorrow. Members only. No, I'm just kidding. If you're a member, you can come on. Yeah, look on IG, Raiders Rebel. Hit me up. That way I can send you the link, Kenna. Or I'll just post it on tomorrow. But I will be live tomorrow, probably same time, around the same time. Um, yeah. And we will do meet and greet tomorrow, right? Meet and greet. Raiders Rebel. I get to meet all my fans. So anybody that has balls enough to come on and show their face, you don't even have to show your face. Um, I'll pull up a link. You can come on. You can put the little black screen in front of you so nobody sees you, and we can talk football. We'll do that tomorrow. It's been a year. I haven't done that. I've never pulled any fans up, so that's what we're doing tomorrow. Thanks for the idea. Sorry I didn't do it tonight on my birthday, but we will get it done. I got you tuned in. I'll be bullshitting. Sweet, sweet, cool, cool. Um, Freddie was working out with AOC. Yes, sir. Lobby, we got that is good, good, damn good news. What time? Bro, I'm not that scheduled. That's why I'm not a big channel, because I don't have no times. But probably about the what time did I go on today? 5? Yeah, probably about the same time, somewhere around 5. But make sure you hit the notifications. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. Tickle the notification bell to turn it on, so you know when I'm going live. And if you do that and you come in my live tomorrow and you don't get a notification, let me know, please, so I can figure out what's going on with YouTube and why my notifications ain't getting out there. Because, um, dude, 80% of the people that watch my lives don't subscribe to my channel, which is crazy. And they keep coming back. So I don't know what the hell's going on with YouTube. But the little bit of people that do subscribe and have the notification bell turned on, which is like 25% or something of my channel, most of them don't get it. So I don't know. Please let me know if you are subscribed, if you're getting them and shit. That'd be cool. Central time. Central time. I'm in Arkansas. Yes, tickle my noti. Make sure your notifications are on. Yes. Um, you have to YouTube also on your phone, so it's just a channel. Sweet. San Antonio in the house. What's good? What's good? All right, man. So I'm out of here. Much love. I appreciate you joining me on my birthday. Like I said, hit the notification button, because I might be back on later. Who knows? I mean, I ain't got shit else to do, so I might hop on after I eat. We might talk some football, um, play some games or some shit. I don't know. I gotta figure out some shit. The notification for your YouTube phone on your phone. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right, priest. As always, much love, my family. Raiders. We out like sauerkraut. All right, we'll talk free agency. I'll come back on. I'll come back on tonight later on. Peace. Got shit else to